coming soon to this theater.
What up, everybody? It's your buddy Brian. I am back for another week of CG Horror Movie Club, the club where we all agree to watch a horror movie ahead of time and then gather to discuss it. If you are interested in tonight's movie, if you haven't seen it, the link is down in the description. And this week, I've never seen a movie that's been available in more formats. There should be a YouTube link down below to like a good Blu-ray rip. There should be also a link to watch it on Tubi. It's also on Amazon Prime. This is not a hard to find movie, so definitely check it out if it's something that you think you would find worth checking out. Or we'll listen to our review. We will cover it, and then you can decide for yourself. But first, let me introduce my good friend, my boy, your boy, Matt Butch Cleverenberg.
What's up,
Matt?
guys? How you guys doing? What's up, Brian?
What up to everybody in the chat? If I seem a little slow, you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm still caffeinating right here.
Oh, me too, man. I just got one of these little thingamabobbers too, man.
Oh man. Yeah. This is like I think like oolong tea. Which is sounds very fancy schmancy, but it's got like a smoky flavor to it that I'm addicted to now.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. It's like I don't even put any sugar in there. It's just like
I just tried the boba tea. You ever had that?
What, the Boba Fett tea?
The boba tea. Yeah, it's like the Thai tea. I think it is. It's like
I have had the Grogu tea, right? Because and the Mandalorian tea.
Oh.
Because like a friend of mine who's like really into tea, who brewed this, by the way, he's like a tea fiend. He had like some of these, and like the Grogu tea, of course, is green tea, and the Mandalorian tea, I forget what that is. I think that's just basic like black tea, and but there's like boba tea.
Yeah, boba is it's like a Thai tea. It's like real big over here, and they have these little rice balls that float around in it, and they add like milk to it.
Yeah. Is that with like the little tapioca pellets?
Yeah.
Bubble tea. I've also heard it's yeah. And it comes like a big fat straw.
Yeah.
It's
pretty bomb. Like 2 weeks ago.
It was one of those.
Pretty bomb.
It was one of those things where I was like this is all right. Like I'm like I can't see myself like going out of my way to have this again, but
yeah. Something different.
It's okay.
Yeah.
it was tasty. Oh, the week in horror. My goodness, man. We have fantastic news for horror fans. Like it doesn't get much better than this. The Cannes Film Festival will be happening shortly. And the movies have already been listed. And there are going to be 2 new films from David Lynch.
Ooh, sweet!
Which is a mystery project. Like nobody knows what it is.
Oh, wow!
Right? And some people think it might be a pilot for a TV series, which I would be fine with because Twin Peaks: The Return was like the best horror of that year.
That show?
Oh my god! The 6th episode where you find out how Bob enters the world.
Yeah.
I watched that episode at least, I don't know, like 7 or 8 times, maybe about 10 times, over and over and over again. And I hadn't done that with anything since I was like a little kid.
Oh, man.
And I was just like, I mean, wow.
I personally like the OG show more, but it was
great.
Cool. It was cool to see him come back. You know what I mean?
But the demons, man, the demons are horrifying.
Yeah, and
especially in that first episode where they have like that cage that's just designed to catch them.
Yeah, like that portal, like that hole, or that square that guy has like in the city. And I don't know.
Nobody
I like
does
seeing
spooky
it.
like him. Nobody does spooky like Lynch does.
Yeah, and I like just the characters a lot. Like in the OG one, they kind of those
Oh, yeah,
spooky
yeah, yeah.
characters. It
Oh,
seemed
I
like they
love
were
it
more
too. I love it
kookier
too.
in the old one. This one seems a little more like he's taking a little more serious in some ways.
Oh, balls out horror. A lot of
Yeah.
humor too, but in some cases, balls out horror, which
Yeah.
I always wanted to see Lynch do.
Yeah.
Right? Because I always thought, what would happen if he actually was like, I'm making a horror movie, and that's kind of what we got
Right.
with that. Oh, hey, Sim, what's up, brother, man?
What's up? Am I on?
You sexy motherfucker.
I was listening. I was gonna go type in the chat. I was like, then I hear you say, "Hey, what's up? Am I on?"
What up, Sim?
It usually takes longer for you to realize I'm in the back.
Oh no, I saw you. I just wanted to finish my thought first before introducing you.
Sorry, I like picking on you since the
I know.
time you left me behind for like an hour.
I know. I deserve that shit too. Reach out and fuck. Hey man, it's my motto. Reach out and fuck with someone. Let me see if I can share my screen here.
Dude, I watched that movie again not too long ago, and it's pretty sweet.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's dumb. It's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, it is. But just her tits is worth the fucking watch.
I'm
looking for her name too.
Kim Cattrall.
Kim
Who
Cattrall.
is-
Yeah, she was one of my fling movie fling. Like
Yeah.
she's one of the. It's one of the reasons why she's one of the phase that it's always in my drawings a bit. Like it's one of the reasons
Really?
why I like in this moment. Yeah, go look at Demona. It's actually based on her, and in this moment, she's
No.
actually made to look like them. It's one of the facial things I like a lot in women. And if you look at my drawings, they reflect a bit her face. Like she was in the Big Trouble in Little China. She was
Yep.
in a lot of freaking movies. We used to see her everywhere, and I remember that movie going, "Oh, we see her tits.
Yeah, you sure
Nice.
do.
They're not huge. They're just nice and perfect and perky.
Yeah.
What's up?"
Yeah,
I remember
that's
Mannequin.
that's one of the things that a lot of women don't understand, right? Now, look,
But
everybody
what
likes.
happened to you guys, by the way? Like, I'm sorry. Let's just point that out there, okay? You guys
Yes.
keep telling me that you guys with boobs and stuff like that. I'm sorry. I'm fucking 45, okay? I grew up. You guys were showing tits in every fucking movie,
I know.
even if it was a children movie. We were if it was not like naked tits, it was tits through a fucking see-through T-shirt. It was
Well-
always a common thing. It was brought up by the Frida nipples from the second wave feminists.
Yes.
And now it got turned into it's the
downward.
patriarchy. No, it was you girls asking to burn this goddamn bras and show them titties, and we support that all the fucking way.
Because everybody loves tits.
Yeah, everybody, even
Everybody.
straight girls.
Yes. Yeah.
They're naked pillow. You see boobs, you may not want to suck on it, but you want to put your head on it.
Yes, exactly. And well,
See,
let
even
me
when the girls
let me
is
tell
bad,
you what
like,
happened with us.
yeah.
Let me tell you what happened with us with Americans, right? In the 80s, all the censorship was coming from the right,
Mhm.
and we
the
had
right, and don't forget those. What was the name of them? The Christian Mom something like that. There was an organization that they're the reason why they're blamed for the censorship for the comics for so long. What was it? The Christian Wives or something? It was.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about, Phyllis Schlafly.
Yeah, like it was a
Yeah.
group of like
Yeah,
you could say anti-feminist feminist.
right. Well, what happens
When you
with
think
the
about
reason now why you don't see tits, right? And this especially pissed me off in season 2 of The Witcher, right? Where you got these 4 chicks and they're all pretty hot and they're all getting into a bath together.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! Right?
Yeah,
And
Starship
you
Troopers.
don't
all the
see
way.
so much as an ass crack. And I'm thinking that's part of the landscape of heroic fantasy is some tits and some ass.
But you know what's the weird things that I've noticed? Like, I notice little weird things sometimes.
We're all
But
fucked
if
up
you-
about
if
the
you look-
body, man. We're all
If
fucked
you
up
look
about
at
the body.
if you look at what they're pushing right now, it's stop promoting sexiness or things that people actually like.
Yeah.
Right. Don't over sexualize your character. Don't show pretty people, sexy people, but everything needs to be about sex, even for kids.
Oh,
And you're
especially
like-
for
Yeah.
kids.
And you're
Especially.
like,
That's one of the
Kids
things
are
that
the main focus.
That's one of the things
Yeah.
that's really fucked up about American culture when it comes
Yeah.
to sexuality
Yep.
is that we're like looking over our shoulders everywhere for pedophiles, and yet at the
Yeah.
same time we eroticize children. Like,
And we're
Yeah.
eugenically serving them at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But now, of course, all the censorship is coming from the left, right?
Mhm.
Now, my attitude is, I mean, like Henry Cavill, dude, couldn't you have like finagled something and be like, look, I'll show my ass if you'll show their asses.
I'm trying.
I have nothing wrong with that, right? There's like cheesecake for the fellas, a little
Yeah.
beefcake for the
You know
girls,
what?
and some of the
I'm gonna
fellas.
I'm gonna try him to play. I'm gonna try and get him to play in that. So you're obviously gonna see a butt crack.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be a good
It's
Nat.
gonna be in the contract. You need to show that ass, bruh.
Because I'm equal opportunity, right? Like with
Yeah.
because the SJWs were all over Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
And they didn't stop showing nudity; they just started throwing
Did
some
you
man
see-
ass in there. I'm like, okay, then that's all
look at
right.
Suicide. Just look at fucking Suicide Squad 2, which was fucking weird. No tits, but you see like 2 dick shots.
I didn't
Like
see
we're
that.
not
one.
gonna show you ass or tits, but we're gonna show you dick. You see, yeah, when he walks to that fucking thing and he kills everybody, you have that big guy walking out with his dick out,
Was it real?
and
or was it
he gets shot. He gets shot in the fucking dick too, by the way.
Oh, I
Wow.
forgot.
Yeah. It's when they walk into the fucking camp. There's 2 shots like that, similar like that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I just got Halloween
they
kills
shoot the
on.
dick off of a big guy. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, that's like that's against the patriarchy, so it's okay. It's against toxic masculinity, you know.
The dick
so-
of
but
patriarchy
don't
must
forget, a little dumbass girl with rats can save the world against a fucking giant starfish. Like,
Right?
I actually
I'm
liked
sorry,
that movie. I actually
that's
thought
the
it was
thing.
okay. It was
I
better
like-
than the
dude.
first one.
Actually, I like the first one. I just don't like what they changed it. Like it suffers from the same thing, but the first one suffered from its worst. The first one, when you watch at it halfway through the goddamn movie, you see the shift. It starts in a way, and you feel the shift of the story that they mango changed it. That they made the Aztec guy. It was supposed to be Steppenwolf.
Right.
You can
And
tell,
they
yeah.
change a whole bunch of fucking thing. Now, what I'm trying to say about the second one, it's I have fucking enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a really good watch. I really liked the movie.
Fun.
But it should have ended when Wall says, "No, let it go. It's not for you. That's a Justice League job." That's how it was supposed to end, according to what I've read from the producer. But the thing is, tell me, when you watch the movie, that feels like the end of the fucking movie.
Right.
Not what they added at the end, because the end makes no fucking sense out of nowhere. Fucking Harley Quinn jumps with the fucking spear through the eye and does nothing. She does absolutely nothing but swim in fucking water with rats. Nothing. Then you have a whole bunch of rats. There's more rats there than on the fucking planet. There's more, dude. There's more rats than sand on the planet.
Right.
It
But
makes
it's
no
also
fucking
not supposed.
sense.
Well, but it's not meant to be an accurate representation of reality either.
Yeah, maybe not, but you're talking about fucking what's his name again? I forgot it right now. The star thing. Dude,
Starro.
Starro. It's a fucking big, huge ass, badass bad guy.
Right.
Like, and he's not going to be defeated that way. Like, throw fucking rats at them, then throw Harley Quinn inside, then throw another character doing so. Like, it needed to be a team effort, or go cut. This is not for us. This is a Justice League job, and then Justice League. That's the only real pet peeve I have on that. It's the end makes no fucking sense according to the rest of the movie. Like, everything leads to teamwork, and at the end is just girl power. We save the world
Well, remember also these
by
are
doing nothing. They do nothing. They just
Right.
pose.
I know. But here's the thing. You're talking about big tentpole movies, right? You're not going to get something special. Don't expect anything special. We were having this conversation
Dude,
last
if
week.
they would have cut it there, it would have been a very fucking amazing movie. It would have been one
But
of
that's
the
the
best
thing.
movies of DC.
But that's the thing. I think what you're seeing is you're seeing American directors now, people who were like indie guys like James Gunn, are doing what a lot of Chinese directors are doing, right? Like Chinese cinema is a fucking mess. And it hurts me.
It's the
because I'm
same thing with
such a
Bollywood.
fan of Chinese cinema, right?
It did
and
the
they
same with
fuck-
Bollywood.
And it's the same thing with Hollywood, right?
No, Bollywood. I said.
Oh,
India.
Bollywood. Okay. So what you see happening is I think the directors are making their movies so it's like, okay, well, here's the propaganda, or here's the bullshit, and I'm going to put it in such a space where one day I could come in, director's cut, shunk, and just take that chunk out, and there you got the director's cut. I think that's what they're doing.
All you need to do is cut that. It's cut that in with fucking Idris Elba being pissed about not being able to do nothing. Come home or I fucking blow your brains out. Leave that to the big guys or something.
Right,
the movie could have, if the movie would have ended there, dude. I'm sorry, it would have been better.
Right.
Because it fits with what Suicide Squad were. And dude, that's actually something that would happen in the comic. They would do something, unleash a fucking big bad guy, and go, "Oh fuck, we fucked up." Yeah, it's okay. Let's just let the big guys, Superman, deal with it. Right. That was the entire fucking thing of Suicide Squad.
I know, but also one of the things that pissed me off about the first movie was, I mean, what do you have basically with the Suicide Squad? It's the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
Right. That's the basic premise. So one of the questions is who's going to make it, who isn't, right? Yeah. And I think there's only one of them that gets killed. Diablo, El Diablo, I think gets killed.
And Slipknot, I think.
Did you know where they got that idea from?
But go ahead, Sim.
No. I was going to say, did you ever watch an anime called Cyber City Aido?
No. It's
Suicide Squad. It's exactly Suicide Squad. It's a bunch of 3 fucking really bad criminals, cyber criminals. They have like years and years to serve, like multiple lifetime, right?
Yeah.
And they're doing jobs for the government, for the police and shit like that, for special forces to earn time off of them. And they also have a necklace that can blow their fucking brains out.
Do you think that this was the inspiration for the comic book when John Ostrander was doing it?
Yeah.
Okay,
dude,
so
it's an original OVA from the 90s, like early 90s.
Okay, gotcha.
It was there way before Suicide Squad. Yeah,
gotcha.
You know what felt like a comic book? Split Second.
Yeah, it did. Yep. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it felt like a heavy metal story in a lot of
Judge Dredd, heavy metal.
You know that you know it was never supposed to be a sci-fi thing when they first started making that movie. Yes. They just changed everything to make it a sci-fi thing.
Because of Blade Runner.
Not even. It was not even Blade Runner. It has nothing to do with sci-fi. It was just a murderer. It was just a serial killer in the original script. And they changed the fucking director. They were having issue because they kept changing the script because they wanted to make more money off the Predator, Alien, and all that type of thing. And that's why when you think about it, I mean, when I watch it, it's like you're having like a Punisher versus a Predator hybrid with aliens.
Yeah, definitely. And Venom.
Because he's like a Punisher in there. Like,
oh, he's tight. Yeah. Like I just finished watching the movie again, like, because I hadn't seen it in a long time. I remember watching it as a kid, like, this movie's fucking cheesy. And like now it's like different. It's like, no, I understand the charm now. It's like if I show someone they live, they're like, dude, that was fucking cheesy, bro. Like a 20-year-old, they don't understand the charm and what it is that's the thing. What it's trying to accomplish, you know. But
I thought it was shit when I first saw it on VHS. Dude.
There's some things that don't make sense, but they're there to be funny. Like that fucking scream scene where she's in the bathroom. Like, you know why they did it. Like, at first time, you're like, but when you get it, you're like, okay, yeah, it's funny. It's technically a pun against other fucking movies.
Yeah, I liked a lot. It's playful.
It banter was great between the cops, dude. There's so many funny one-liners. Just like, I love like all the little like nuances that Hauer was like taking the coffee and just drinking it all the time, smoking, throwing his shit, messy apartment.
Like
hey, give me your pen.
Chocolate donuts.
Give me your pen. Give me your pen. Why you want my pen? Stirs his coffee.
It's so awesome.
And
the funniest part was when he's interrogating the dog.
Yeah.
Just like, ooh,
come on, tell me you've seen it, right?
And he calls him dickhead, which pissed me off because I'm sorry that like you look at that dog, that's a good boy.
Yeah.
Speaking of which. But yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, really quick, I just wanted to share this.
Well, while he does that, I'll just say the ending was a bit weak, but the movie's good.
Oh yeah, and we'll get into why the ending is as weak.
Cronenberg.
But yeah, this is monumental news. Cronenberg is coming out with a new movie, and David Lynch both are releasing new movies at the Cannes Film Festival, premiering new movies at Cannes this year. But this is the thing that's really fucking exciting. Cronenberg's movie, like Lynch's, like I said, it's unknown. We have no idea what it is.
Sweet.
It's a mystery. Cronenberg, we know what Cronenberg's movie is. It's Crimes of the Future. Crimes of the Future was a screenplay he wrote a long time ago that was an extension of one of his early student films. And so what we're getting is Cronenberg doing Cronenberg for the first time in over 20 fucking years.
Or more. Probably 30 years, dude.
Yeah. 20 years plus. Yeah. Whatever Existence came out, right? And that's the thing about Cronenberg. He's an excellent filmmaker. I've never seen a bad movie from him. But his last slew of movies, I mean, even something great like Eastern Promises, anybody could have directed that. Stephen Frears could have directed that, and it would have been every bit as good. But it's like, dude, why are you doing these other movies when you're the only person in the world who can do a David Cronenberg movie?
I'm guessing it's probably because he needs to. He needs to do something different. Like, I'm sorry if you're always going to be doing the same thing.
I know. Oh, like, yeah.
You need to do something different to step out of your comfort zone. And usually that will help you get even better because you become stagnant in what you do if you do not change it a little bit.
I agree completely.
And I'm thinking that he's been doing that for a long time. And
body horror.
It stopped going up and was being stagnant. And he probably started going like, I need something new. I need to do something different. Like that was Blood Hunt for me, remember?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm cool with that. At the same time, it's been over 20 years. It's just like you want to see David Cronenberg do the kind of film that only David Cronenberg can do.
Yep.
And the plot to this is fucking outrageous.
But he needs inspiration for it, though.
Right. Well, I mean, this is an old script, and it's about Viggo Mortensen plays this character because, like, evidently humans get to this point where they stop feeling pain. And they start. He's a guy who grows organs. He grows new organs, and so it's a kind of performance art where he gets on stage and they split him open, they remove these organs, and then they spread them out, and then this woman tattoos them. Oh shit! And then they're put between glass, and it's like a new art form. Oh, but it's illegal, and the police are all over their ass, and that's only part of how fucked up this future world is. I'm not going to get into all the particulars. If you've seen the original Crimes of the Future short, it's some disturbing shit.
I haven't seen it. I need to check into it.
People are going to be pissed. People are going to be pissed.
Do you think it's on YouTube?
Oh, it's got to be. Yeah, okay,
what's the name of it again?
Crimes of the Future.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, that and Stereo were
for me. I really liked what I liked about History of Violence. I love that movie. It's just
fantastic.
Like a lot of people, like you were saying, could do this stuff, but
that's Cronenberg.
But I think there's something about even Eastern Promises. There's just something of I think the only the way he does the violence and it's so visceral.
Yes,
I don't know, man.
It's genius.
A lot of people do it, but not the same. You know what I mean?
He's one of our greatest living filmmakers. Same thing with Lynch.
And Canadian.
And Canadian. Yep.
I love History of Violence, bro. That's
I do too.
Man.
Yeah. Good. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about shit like Cosmopolis or
Cosmopolis
Maps to the Stars.
The sci-fi body horror type movies.
Ryan, can you check the private chat? Tell me if that's the right ones. I can put it in the YouTube.
Let's see.
In the
private chat. Okay, let me see here. Check that shit out.
That's cool, man. Sounds interesting.
It is.
I can't wait to check them both out. Another movie I'm really interested in, I hear it's really good, is Northman. Sounds really good.
Oh my god, that looks dope.
The director said oh man, I don't know if I ever want to do this. He said that the editing room was was so bad for him, hard. You know what I mean? And it was just a really hard movie to make. He said on different levels. But I'm really excited, and I hear it's everything that I wanted, in a Viking type movie. Oh yeah, and Alexander Skarsgård. He's perfect.
That's
who I would have casted. If I were to make a Viking movie, he would be the one at the top, and then
without a fucking doubt, dude.
Then I'd get his brother too, Floki, the guy from Vikings. He looks exactly like Joker from Arkham, the Arkhamverse, like exactly like him, acts like him too. I'd put him in there too.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, that looks like it's going to be really, really good. And interestingly, the character that he's playing is a guy who has not one, but two spirit animals, the bear and the wolf, kind of like Beowulf.
Yeah.
So we could be getting a story that's kind of like what the 13th Warrior was, which was basically Beowulf, the true story.
Or Wargbjorn.
Yes. That's entirely true too. And wait, what is this?
I shared a video. I found the short movie you told me. It's like an hour long. I wanted to know I wanted you to confirm to me that's the right one. I already put it in the chat on YouTube, so people can watch it. That's the one.
Yep, absolutely. And I put it in the description down below too.
I like me some Beowulf, bro.
Oh, I love me some Beowulf.
Yeah,
Beowulf. I love watching and reading and seeing different types of versions of it, you know.
Did you see the Christopher Lambert version?
No, I haven't. I got the Gerard Butler one with their dad in it.
I like the 3D animated one. Was pretty good too.
Scarred.
That was all right. Except here's the problem: Beowulf is a monster slayer, not a monster fucker.
Which one was that?
He doesn't have sex with the damn monsters. He doesn't bust a nut.
Does it make one?
Dude, it's Angelina Jolie. Come on.
Grendel's that's what I'm saying. It's Grendel's mother. Angelina Jolie should not be playing Grendel's mother. Okay? That stuff, I know who that came from. That came from fucking Neil Gaiman, and he gets a big fuck you from me for that. That pissed me off. But
the one with Gerard Butler's pretty dope. I got it. It's called Beowulf and Grendel, and it's got it's got Stellan Skarsgård as like the king, and the mom's pretty nasty, and then Grendel looks like Sabretooth. He looks like Tyler Mane. Like, looks pretty cool.
Hey, can I just mention one thing?
Sure.
I just had a nice conversation with Preston.
Nice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How is he doing?
He's doing great. Good. And we came to an agreement.
Yeah.
And I just put up the original art of the Rose variant cover on the campaign of Tales of the Metaverse 2.
Sweet.
I saw that.
I just put it up, and I also added another thing.
Yeah.
I only have 3 of them sketch cover from Heavy Metal. One goes to Chris for his giveaway.
Yeah.
It's already done and on the side.
Yeah.
I have one for my channel when I reach 500 sub, and I'm giving away an X-Men Omnibus by Jim Lee and Claremont when I reach 1,000 sub and get monetized.
Hell yeah.
But I've put the last one on the campaign as well. So on the campaign of Tales of the Metaverse 2, you can get the last Heavy Metal sketch cover that I have, and it's coming with a sketch by of Nan on it. Or, if you want Rose or something, we'll figure it out.
Nice.
So Excellent. 2 more tiers that just went up, and I'm updating also the stretch goals, because some people said that there was too much gap between unlocking things.
Right.
Like it was 5K leaps. So I just changed it up. I'm gonna update the campaign as we speak. I just wanted to point it out that the Preston piece is up.
Wonderful.
And I'm gonna be updating.
Feel free to drop a link. It's all good. Oh man, yeah. Fuck. I can't wait to see what you guys are gonna do for the Blood Hunt Doc Salem crossover.
Oh yeah, that'd be so sweet.
Oh my god. I'm like champing at the bit for that.
Yeah, it's a slow burner, but it's gonna be nice.
Yeah. The 2 dopest artists in Comicsgate.
Thank you.
United with humble moi. Yeah, man, that's gonna be fucking awesome. Can't wait for that. One of the things I always try to do on this is always look for like different posters from different editions.
That one's sweet.
This one's
that one's freaking cool. Sweet. It looks fan-made.
Blade Runner right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's one of the things that you have to understand, that there are depictions of the future in science fiction movies before Blade Runner and after Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Blade Runner was a movie that was a financial failure. It bombed at the box office. It was panned by the critics. There were a couple that liked it.
Yeah, but the first edit was fucking
I disagree.
almost dude. It was good, but it was really hard to understand. Like it was very artistic, and that's what I mean. Like it's very
not accessible.
I think
not
artistic.
easily accessible.
Yeah,
for a general audience, right?
There's a reason why there's been
Harrison
multiple
Ford.
edits. Yeah, and he came back for the final re-edit,
which I reject.
Which I think is pretty good.
Yeah, I reject it. To me, because he's full of shit. Ridley Scott's lying when he says that Deckard was a replicant, because everybody else that was involved in that movie, including Harrison Ford, says that that's bullshit. It's an afterthought. It was something that was supposed to be left as a possibility. Like, maybe, right? But there's no question that that I think what he did was he thought
the last version.
Afterthought, he was like, the
last version doesn't confirm it, dude.
Well, it kind of does.
It was the one before, isn't it?
No,
wasn't it the Evangelion one?
No, the final cut is the one where Deckard's a replicant.
Because I just watched it, and at the end he puts it's the one that you see the unicorn paper, and that's how it ends. Like they leave you thinking that maybe
he had the dream of the unicorn.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the final cut. Yeah. Which like I said, I reject. Personally, I think the definitive cut, the one that I always watch, is the European version, which is the same as the American home video version.
Which is the one I used to have more often. Yeah.
Right. Which has the happy ending, but it also has extra violence.
What was the happy ending again?
Rachel and Deckard flee the city. And, yeah. And he doesn't know how much time he's going to have with her, but then, who does, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And
that's the one I remember mostly, that they just freaking leave, and yeah.
But Rutger Hauer's performance was incandescent. There's so many actors that when they've played robots have said in interviews like, "Oh yeah, I went back and watched Blade Runner and watched Rutger Hauer's performance as Roy Batty. It was a star-making performance, and his career did take off for a short bit. He was in Lady Hawk. He was in. I'm trying to think about some of the The Hitcher.
Yeah, but the thing is, he got stuck in being like a lot of them is they follow the trend of being cast in the same type of character over and over again, and that kills their career.
Yep.
Yeah, typecast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I really like this movie a lot. I like the clothes that he has, the guns, the glasses, the little watch that's built into his glove.
Yeah, I like the fact that the bad guy reminds me of Judge Death.
Yeah, totally, dude. I was thinking the same thing. The thing has a Judge, like just like a 2000 AD feel. Even his name is like Stone, and reminds me of that character that Bernie Wrightson made. That's the poster I always remember.
Yeah, I always thought it was funny, that little part with his new partner when it's like, where the fuck were you? I was running. I know you should probably get laid. I get laid every day.
Right. Yeah, that's like the recurring. I get laid every day.
Like I said, you really get laid every day? Hell yeah.
And you run 5 miles? He's like, except on Sundays where I stay in bed with the girlfriend. We just fool around.
He's such a character too. Like just the way, like if you were to draw a Rutger Hauer, he's got these big shoulders, and he's got he walks like he just got off a horse, kind of like.
Yeah.
And he
your gunslinger.
Yeah, man, and just hilarious in this movie, and you could see like his partner just kind of starts picking up on his traits. At the end of the movie, he starts smoking the cigar, and he starts drinking all this caffeine.
Alistair Duncan as Detective Dick Durkin.
Big comic nerd too. You know what I mean? He's reading the Black Mask or something like that, and you could tell these people were just totally comic nerds that made this. And I don't know, I just. Yeah, I like the banter, just and like I said, the guns like between the two cops.
Right. And you're right. Well, when I said that it feels like a heavy metal comic, no, you're right. It's more 2000 AD.
Yep.
And I mean, my God, I remember what a
heavy metal 2000
AD. That was like the British invasion. The British invasion that happened in comics was like the next big thing after like the French invasion of.
Okay, I checked before I said anything, Because another thing I was gonna say, it looks a lot like fucking Venom, and I was wondering if
Yeah.
the movie came out before the creation of Venom. No, there's 3 years difference. It came out 3 years after Venom was created.
Yeah, it's Venom, dude.
It looks like a lot of different things. It looks like the creature from Alien.
It does.
It has the claws. The claws.
Yeah.
Sim.
Hmm?
Do you recognize those claws? I'm going to find a shot of the claws here because they're very, very familiar if you're like an anime guy. Let's see if I have a better shot of his claws.
This is a shot I always remembered of this movie. And he's shooting the gun. Like, I'm thinking of Lethal
I know
Protector.
he's got the 12 gauge. I love that part.
He's Satan, too. He's supposed to be, like, theoretically, it could be Satan or just, like, his main
A
demon.
demon.
Yeah.
Of some sort. But anyway, his claws have these hooks,
Mm-hmm.
like Devilman.
Yeah, like Devilman.
Devilman.
But that yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
like, I think if it was, like, a comic, I could see, like, Jeff Darrow, like,
Dude,
illustrating
come
it.
on. Like
Or,
the
Frank
90s
Miller.
movies, one of the things of the 90s movie, like people deny it. Okay? But I'm sorry. All the fucking 90s movie that was sci-fi and action and stuff like that, and American comics, especially Image comics, were highly influenced by anime and manga. Everything was influenced by the Akira age that came in. You see it in there. Even like to me, when I watch this, it's like this is a love letter to heavy metal, 2000 AD, and anime.
Yeah. That's a very good way of describing it. Because keep in mind, even though certain things from other countries will fly under the radar for the general public, if you're an artist, if you're a filmmaker, if you're a comic book illustrator or writer, you're going to be aware of the stuff that's coming from other countries that other people generally aren't aware of.
We got Star Wars, we got Blade Runner because of heavy metal and European comics. Like it's like a lot of those stories you guys don't know, but the producers did.
Dude, Jim
Lee and all those people had admitted that they were highly influenced by Masahiro Shido and all those people. That's how they got Adam Warren to join in.
Right.
Dude, it's
yeah.
It's a mix and match. It's like people try to deny it. Goes, oh no, I came up with it. No. You got inspired, guy.
Right. And the
now
thing
that
is,
you ripped it, that you came up with your own shit, or you ripped it off, that's another story.
Right. And I've always been somebody that's quick to admit when I've stolen something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The thing is when I steal something, people don't notice, and you wouldn't notice because I don't steal it whole cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I'll be like, for instance, there's a scene in the new issue of Six Gun Gorilla, which is still on sale, which is shipping in demand, which is stolen from a scene in George Romero's Day of the Dead.
Oh, sweet.
Now, there's no way in hell you would read that and get that impression. You would never know, but I know.
Dude, it's like in Bloodhunt. I stole one line. Like, there's something I definitely wanted to put in there. I stole it from Hellsing Ultimate Abridged. It's not even the actual Hellsing. It's the abridged version. I love the fact that when he knocks at the door, right, there was like Bella and Edward from Twilight. Like they called him that, right? And they're like, hi, and you hear, Doctor, who is this? A real fucking vampire. Boom. And I stole that. Like I took that, like that print that I did was killing the fucking Twilight. And in the book, there's a line where it's like, what the fuck, you know? And he goes, I'm a real fucking vampire. And I took it from there because I'm sorry, it's something that talked to me. Like everything that I've seen from vampires in a long time has been shit. And Twilight fucked it up. If you know it, I'm sure you picked up on it, Brian. This is a love letter in there to Bram Stoker. Like the old man, that's Bram Stoker's Dracula that we're killing.
Right.
It's vampires that I love so goddamn much. And a bit of Hellsing Ultimate Abridged because they did something fucking awesome.
I will definitely check that out.
Hellsing Abridged, dude, they made a monster of its own. Like the series is good, but they made something out of it. Like they didn't just make a parody of it; they made it better by making it funny.
Right. And that's the thing about doing new versions of old things or doing remakes is what I like about the Japanese is that they'll sort of like, it's like the animation is updated, but they sort of preserve the spirit, right? Rather than doing what we often do with remakes, which is like reimagine them. It's a reimagining. I hate that fucking term.
But just make something new. You know what I mean?
You know why we
get reimagine it?
You know why we get beat up by fucking anime, manga and anime? Most people the American fucking comics.
We're drinking our milkshake. Yeah.
No, it's quite simple. Okay, if you listen to if you know how anime and mangas are made, you have the story, right? But their main focus is the money shot. They act like movies. Okay, everything's around the action. The action is the money shot.
Right.
Then the story comes in, right? While you have for years a whole bunch of fucking, I'm sorry, Brian, writers trying to tell people how to do shit because only they can tell you a story. Everything needs to be about story and story and story and story. I'm like, how good is that doing you when you're doing a fucking movie or something that's based on visual? Like, you have to understand that visual needs to be captivating.
Dude, I can't tell you how many pages, and not to make this all about me or the Six Gun, but there were a lot of pages that had dialogue that I was like, this doesn't need it.
Yeah.
And I was just taking, I was like taking dialogue out and just throwing it out because Preston was just doing a great job of just telling a fucking story.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when Adam AF joined in.
Step back. Yeah.
When Adam AF joined in to help me co-write like the final version of the dialogues of Blood Hunt, like the story was all done, right? And he comes in and he was going over it and he's like, dude, you don't need any fucking word. What the fuck are we gonna put in there? You almost don't need any dialogues. Like everything's like, I'm like, yeah, but that's the thing. Now we have enough room to have fun with puns.
Right.
Yeah.
And his face went, huh. And you'll see that's what we did.
Yes.
Yeah, puns are that's what makes it. That's why I like this movie. To me, it's the puns and the banter. Like, no shit, and a couple costume designs. I mean, Venom's cool at the end, but it's a mismatch. But that's what I like. Oh, and the detective aspect. I forgot to say about this. It kind of has that like noir feel a bit. You know what I mean?
Police procedural.
Well, and it's always I like the Tango and Cash dynamic there.
Oh yeah.
And I like seeing the partner turn into a badass at the end.
Yeah,
he goes full badass. He gets a leather jacket and shit.
You have the rebel and you have the guy that follows the rules, you know?
Yeah.
Once he gets PTSD'd, and then because of course he's looking at Rutger Hauer. The folks of you that haven't seen this, Rutger Hauer does a really spectacular job in this. His performance is actually, great. Given what a silly movie this is actually very good. Yeah. He captures what a panic attack is like. Now, I don't know if you all ever had a panic attack, but it feels like you're going to die. It feels like you're having a heart attack. And he captures that beautifully. And he plays PTSD so damn well in this. Yeah,
this is my favorite movie with him. Like, I know it's cheeseball, but I'm like thinking about all the movies I've seen with him. I like a lot of. I mean, he's in a lot of movies, dude. I really liked him in the new Viking show. I forgot the name of it. The Last Kingdom. He was like in the first episode.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was a king. And but no, dude, for sure, hands down, this is my favorite Rutger Hauer movie, dude. Like, I love that detective. I love the big fucking guns. It's just all the visuals, dude. It reminded me of RoboCop too. Like, Verhoeven could have done this. It's just fucking awesome, dude.
It's very obvious that the director Tony Maylam, he did a slasher movie called The Burning. That was his debut. I think he's a Australian dude. This was his second movie, and evidently I think he had something of a breakdown.
Oh fuck!
While he was making this, I don't think he was used to like the pressure.
All the water everywhere. Imagine filming this. I was just thinking this the whole time. Like, imagine filming this fucking movie. How much of a nightmare it would be. All that fucking water through the whole movie. Everything's flooded through the whole fucking movie. It also reminded me of End of Days a little bit.
Yeah. I didn't see that. Yeah.
Right. And if you haven't seen this movie, folks, it takes place in London in the far-flung future year of 2008.
2008
Yes. And global warming has fucked the world up, and so the water levels are rising, and so London is basically sinking, right? Kind of like how Venice is sinking. which and they're fighting to keep that they're fighting to keep it afloat. If you've seen Casino Royale, there's like a whole scene where you see like the flotation devices and everything like that. But anyway, Rutger Hauer's character is PTSD'd badly because his partner was murdered by this killer who, spoiler, is not human, right?
Yeah.
And seems to be heavily into the occult. And a lot of the supporting cast is really great in this. Pete Postlethwaite is in this.
Yeah.
Went on to much bigger, and there he is on the left. You might remember him from, he was in Solomon Kane. He was in The Name of the Father.
The Town, Clash of Titans.
A lot of films. Really, really great actor who, as I said, went on to bigger and better things. There's a big juicy heart with a big bite taken out of it.
There's some moments in here where you're like, damn, that scene's too good. Like some of the acting, it's like that shit's too good for this movie.
Right.
Like I'm like, that shit doesn't belong in here. It's too good. And then you jump back to this cheesy. So you're getting all these different feelings of why the fuck is this in here? Why is he doing this, acting this so well? And then there's a cheeseball thing, and it's like, damn, this is a good 80s fucking movie. Like, I don't know. I got a lot of different emotions watching this because I hadn't seen it in so many years. I watched it last night, and then I watched it today, like right before the show.
I watched it when it first came out, I think either on home video. Yeah, it was on home video, and I thought it was shit. And then a couple of years ago, it came out on DVD, newly restored, and I watched it, and I had a really great time with it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. I just remember the scene with the head, and I'm like, this movie, I just remember the end, just the claw, and I never thought I would like everything before that, like, because I hadn't really never seen it, but it also reminded me of RoboCop a little bit. Like, it had a fucking RoboCop feel to it, dude, and just all those books that we Judge Dredd, and I know I'm saying the same shit over and over, but I really
okay.
I'd love to do some fan art of this character too, man. He's really fun. There's a couple stills in there where he's just like, I don't know. I'm like, oh, dude, that's a,
Yeah. He does definitely have like some iconic shots and poses. What you can tell what the director here is doing is he's trying to replicate the look of Russell Mulcahy, who was himself kind of trying to replicate the look of Ridley Scott. Mm-hmm. If you're not familiar with Russell Mulcahy, he started out directing music videos for Duran Duran and did a Aussie horror movie called Razorback about a giant killer pig, which is also I thought was shit when I saw it on home video, but watched it recently and really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. And then, of course, is probably most famous for Highlander.
Did you ever see Wolf Creek?
Yes,
1 and 2. I like those movies. I never seen the TV show, but
they're okay.
They're weird,
Yeah,
I love them, but
they're all about that actor.
Yeah, the actor sells it. That evil Crocodile Dundee. That's it's like,
head on a stick.
Yeah, and I guess they made a TV show. But
it's on Shudder. I haven't watched it.
Me neither. But the guns in here, man.
Like, do we really need more of this?
Yeah, I thought 1 and 2 was enough.
Like Saw. Like we really need like a Saw 4, when you just Saw 3, and there's certain, it's not like the Christopher Lee Dracula movies where it's just like, well, do we need another Dracula movie? Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, we do. That there are certain characters that should always keep coming back.
I would love to see a sequel to this. Not a remake, but a sequel. And get some other characters. See how that full stands right there? Like just that picture right there. It could be black and white, fun fan art to draw. He has a weird bow-legged like stance. Like he's a straight character that like, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's got wide shoulders, wide hips. He looks like holding that big gun. It looks like a Liefeld drawing almost.
Well, he's
Frank Miller.
And I remember Hauer saying in an interview that he was like a really mellow guy, and that he was a big guy, and that he could probably hurt somebody if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But that he was like basically kind of like a pacifist. He said he bought a gun once and it made him feel nauseous, so he threw it away. I mean, I don't know, like in Holland, if you could just do that, if you could buy a gun and then just like toss it in the garbage.
That's funny, man. He has a lot of different vocal range too. Like I've noticed that he makes like some of these fucking brutal ass, like just little spoken words, and then he get really soft, talks, and then he just kind of talks like this a little. Like I don't know, it's really badass. I like.
Well, he was a
Hauer.
wonderful actor, greatly underutilized, underappreciated. Never had the career really that he could or should have. I know he started to lose his looks. I think that may have been a factor, but
that's what I'm saying. This movie is his Terminator, bro. Like that no one saw. This is his movie that no one saw, in my humble opinion. Like this is
to me, it's one of his
moment.
best. It's just one of his best movies, other than his role in
Blade
Runner.
Yeah, and there he's and here's a badass dude. He's fucking he's Judge Dredd in here. He's he's I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. He's very cracked and he's very damaged. Like I said, PTSD like a motherfucker. And then there's a wonderful moment where his sidekick, Detective Dick Durkin,
but I think
sees the monster, and then next thing you know, he's acting just like him. And he's just
I love it
now, right? He's just like, here, you want more coffee? Yeah.
I also like the shift that he has when the girl comes in.
Yes.
Like you see a really big change in his character and behavior and everything.
Yeah.
Turns into a badass. And he like low-key has a leather biker jacket on at the end. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, there's this quirky fucking idiot partner, like, you know what I mean? Like it's the same thing, but nah, he actually became cool and he was smart, you know what I mean? And he actually brought a lot. I almost felt like it was someone that the writer or producer knew, you know what I mean? Like he's doing yoga and you know what I mean, doing all this funny stuff, and I don't know. I think he's like a real person, probably.
He's the antithesis of the Rutger Hauer character, but then they end up bonding, and they bond through their mutual PTSD at just seeing this fucking thing.
Satan. Hey, brothers, I gotta get going right now. I gotta go take the kids.
Traitor.
I'm sorry. I'll try to pop in a little bit though.
Dude, it's all good. Family comes first, man. God bless you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Have a good
Peace.
I like that scene. I'm about to shoot your balls off with a Gatling gun, motherfucker.
Gatling shotgun, dude. Like an auto shotgun. And one of the things I always do when I watch these. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say a Gatling 11 rifle. There you go.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I was thinking like I would load this thing with slugs. Right? That would be really.
I'm thinking elephant rifle. Did you see those goddamn bullets?
Yeah. Or like a 50 cal.
Yeah.
I was watching a guy the other day on YouTube because I just love gun porn like this. This guy had a 50 cal and he was like, let me test this out on a piece of railroad track. And he blew a hole right through the railroad track with like the 50 cal. And they make handguns, actually, 50 caliber handguns. Mm-hmm. And of course, the bullets are so huge. They're not 6-shooters, they're 5-shooters. But that's friggin' overkill. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't need anything above like a 38, as far as I'm concerned. Even a 44 is kind of overdoing it. Not that if I lived in a place that had really loose gun laws, like I wouldn't own like semi-automatic shotguns and all kinds of shit. Maybe if I moved to Vermont, since they've got like the best open carry laws, the loosest open carry laws in the union. But speaking of those iconic shots, his boots are badass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that scene or the other one in the dark alley. Like, dude, he's coming and like, dude, all that's missing is the fucking skull on his chest. Yeah,
definitely. And of
course, I like those Trigun glasses. Let's just mention them.
Oh yes, the spectacles. Yeah, and also I love
the same color. If you notice, like it's exactly like it is the Vash the Stampede. They're red.
Right. Oh,
it's the same glasses as Vash the Stampede. That's just one of the first thing I noticed when I saw it. I'm like, holy fuck, yes.
That's you, Sim. That's you. Yep. Yeah, hell yeah, you'll notice that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
I also noticed that booty. They have nice booty and titties in that movie. It's
yeah,
sweet.
yeah, jiggly, nice jiggly butt.
Yeah, like we said before, back in the 90s when you guys weren't afraid of titties.
Yep. Yeah. Isn't it a shame? Oh, look, dude, we're making fucking soy low T Conan comics now. Think about that, dude.
I know. I've seen it.
Jason Aaron bending the knee and fucking
dude. Conan is not part of the Marvel universe, and he's fighting the Kralls and this, and I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah. But it's just like, why would, like, I don't get it. Like, it doesn't make sense, right? It's like
they don't want any strong individual characters. Like, it's not just men; they're attacking the strong individual woman as well. That's why there's no more Ripley. There's no more of them characters anymore. That's why, to me, like in Tales from the Nadverse, it is very adamant. Like I've said it from the beginning, it's the Nadverse. Main character is not, but you got two fucking badass standalone babes in there because it's fucking important to bring them back.
Yeah, it is. And I'm starting to think that it's kind of like, I don't know if have you seen Rollerball, the original Rollerball?
Yeah. Did you know that the director lost his shit and he after that movie because it was one of his biggest movie that he was working on, and people don't know why he lost his shit. Yeah. Okay. A lot of people don't know, but from what I've read and I've been told, it's quite simple. They changed the movie. It was never meant to be just a fucking Rollerball movie. Do you know what that was? It was supposed to be Alita.
Well,
that's Rollerball, the freaking thing there. It was supposed to be a freaking Alita Battle Angel freaking thing, and he lost that. So then he tried to keep going with the same type of like movie, but they turned it into a comedy type of thing. Like it's.
Oh, you're talking about the remake. You're talking about the remake with Jean Reno. I'm talking about the original.
Yeah, the original. Hold on.
The original Rollerball. Have you ever seen the original Rollerball?
Yeah, I've seen both of them. I'm just trying to remember which one it was. Hold on. Boom.
That's the one with James Caan. The whole point, like that's based on a short story called The Rollerball Murders. And the point of Rollerball is that it's set in a futuristic society where corporations run the government, and they create a sport where there can't be a Michael Jordan, right? There can't be a Wayne Gretzky. There can't be a Babe Ruth, or right? It's designed to prevent that, and that's what that kind of and
that's what we're having here. You cannot have a strong individual. You cannot have somebody special because they made an illusion added to in the Incredibles when they're talking when the conversation with Dash. It's like, why can't I just be special? Everybody's special. It's just another way of saying that nobody is.
Right. Absolutely. Oh, dude, I can't agree more.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I've seen people that are 6-something, athletic as fuck. I'm not that body type. Okay, so I'm not the guy to play basketball and be the best. But throw me in a fucking football thing, try and stop me for fun. Get it? It's like we each have our fucking traits, and if you cannot highlight people's different traits, everybody's the same. It doesn't work. Like I cannot imagine a fucking 300-pound chick running on a rooftop and trying to jump on the other one. That won't happen. It's called gravity. It won't work.
Yeah. But
gravity and momentum.
Make it happen. Because I'm telling you, dude, the CIA is all up in that shit.
Like, I don't want Batman to be built like I am. It won't work.
No, not at all. Hell no.
But then you have Puck and Wolverine, and that's totally me.
Exactly. Right. And that's what. And dude, I mean, I don't know about you. Are you crossing your fingers that the new Wolverine kind of looks like you? Right? Because
I hope so.
Right? Because that's, and I had to explain it to a friend of mine. He was like Wolverine's short in the comics. I'm just like, that's why it's called the Wolverine. It's a small animal that's like ferocious and will take down animals like 3 or 4 times its size.
It's a mean motherfucker.
Yeah, it's small, but it'll fuck your shit up. Right? That's Wolverine, right?
Yep.
He's short, but he's wide.
He's like a little bear, but he's a killing machine.
Right. Right. Basically, what they need is like a sexy Bob Hoskins.
Dude, they used to make him between 5'5" and 5'7" or something like
5'5" usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd see him like there's that moment in in the Byrne Claremont Austin run, the Dark Phoenix saga, where Dark Phoenix has the rest of the X-Men all hovering in the air, and so you see like the size comparison, and like Wolverine's like half the size.
Dude, one of my favorite scenes is from Adam Kubert and his Wolverine run. I love that panel where the Juggernaut comes in. Wolverine is standing on the fucking bar to be his height. He's actually standing on the bar, claws out to his face. I'm like,
you heard that Jack Kirby story, right?
Of course, I've heard it. I've heard every fucking one of them. He's my spirit animal. I love that guy.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
like,
man.
Dude, that I love the story of him being in a fucking how do you call it? The public bath or something.
Yeah.
When the two Russian guys came in.
Yeah.
And they started harassing the guy for like protection money, and all you see it's a 5'6", I think he was.
Right.
5'6" little motherfucker walking towards them. Do we have a problem here? I'm like, yeah, that's totally fucking me. I love that guy. I fucking love that guy. Or the story of when they the two German Nazis showed up at the fucking Marvel office.
Yeah,
there's somebody here that said that they want to see you. They're threatening you, and he goes, "Okay, I'll be down there." Goes out, he's rolling his fucking sleeve, shows up down there. There's nobody.
Right, of course.
Did I just roll up my sleeve for nothing? God.
Police are cowards. That's the thing, and he understood that.
Yeah,
and that's what you have to do. You have to go nose to nose with them. The thing we're referring to, by the way, was the story that we're referring to was I think there were like some mafiosa that were shaking down
a public bath, and I think it was a Russian mob, and it was it was one of those public baths where people go and just it's
like a Turkish bath. Yeah. No, this was something different. It was who's the guy who created the spirit? Bill Eisner, right?
Will Eisner.
Will Eisner. So what happened was these guys were shaking down. They're like Italian gangsters who were shaking down Will Eisner. And so they came in, they were throwing their weight around, and Kirby just like pulls up a chair, stands up in the chair, boom, boom, and gets eye to eye.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
You think we're going to shake down my friend? And then there's one thing that will terrify even the most hardened criminal and the biggest badass in the world, and that's a lunatic. And it's like, okay, all right, okay. Namas. Yeah, no, Jack Kirby was a G. Dude, without a fucking doubt, man.
I remember when I was in a big bar, there was a guy a guy that we all know was a newly Hell's right? Hell's Angels, right?
Yeah.
And he's one of those big mouth and start trouble, and you know what type of you know what he is. He's what we call a roach.
Yeah.
What they call a roach.
Yeah.
So the other we're all in the fucking bar having fun, and that guy's acting out, and he's threatening people, and I had my fucking fill of him, right? And I'm like, dude, back the fuck up, shut the fuck up, or I will smack you the fuck up. Right?
Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
So he starts acting up because you don't know who the fuck I am. I'm not Hells Angels. I got my boys with fun, and I just fucking walk up to him while he's talking, right to his fucking face. And I'm like, there's not one of them here that will move for a fucking pussy that can handle his own fucking fight. Yeah. You're starting up a fucking fight, they're not going to fucking stand up and protect you.
Right. It's
and all you saw, and I looked at them, and all you saw is them with a smirk crossing their arms, and him starting to feel very fucking small in front of me.
Yeah.
and they looked at him. You should probably just sit the fuck down. You should probably listen to the guy.
Oh, yeah. No, well, that's the thing, man. You know, it's like I remember, like in the New York City punk hardcore scene, you had some people that were just fucking shit stirrers. It's just like if somebody just like jumps your friends, well, then you can jump in. But then you have like these motherfuckers that would like go out and start shit, and then they would get their asses stomped, and they'd be like, "Where were you?" I'm like, That was your shit.
Yeah.
You went and signed a check, wrote a check that you couldn't cash.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't, the guy ain't got nothing.
There's a difference between somebody like, randomly attacking you, looking for trouble or something, or you starting shit. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. Because, I've been in situations where I've, like, literally had people's backs where it was just, like, they were worried about somebody maybe coming up and shanking them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they were like, you got my back? Yeah. And I was, like, pretty much dry humping them out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. If they want to get to you, they have to go through me. But if somebody's just going out and just starting shit, well, that's your shit, dude. That's on you. Don't it's just like a martial arts instructor once said something that I think was like the best advice ever. Leave people alone. Don't fuck with people. It's not that fucking hard. I've never had any problem, just not fucking with people. God damn it, man. But, as for the Hells Angels, man, the ones that I knew in the city, they were all chill, right? They're not the kind of guys that you'd want to fuck with, but they were chill, and their neighbors loved them to pieces, because that block, that little piece of 4th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue, safest fucking patch of street on in the entire city, without a fucking doubt. Nobody was starting shit there.
Mm-hmm. But dude, it's something I had to learn, growing up. Because, I was that kid that was like, why is people like that? Until you understand that there's some people that are just asshole. You need to learn to protect yourself. And, martial art, weightlifting.
Yeah. No, I was very pissed off.
I pulled the Superman thing literally one day. Like, being the little chubby kid. Then after that, like within a few months, getting the shoulders sticking out, like, oh, hello. And then you go into a freaking thing, and then they come try to pick at you again. And I took them all 5 on.
Damn, you are Wolverine. What the fuck? God damn, man. That's fucking intense. Yeah. Well, I bet they respected the fuck out of you after that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they did. Dude. There's one of them that just backed off. Like they were like punching. I was like taking them. I was laughing. I'm like, you guys, you're 5. You can't even fucking take me down. Come on. And there's one of them that just went like, fuck this shit. And just like, like 2 fingers to the head going, you got it. And he was always respectful, friendly. Every time I crossed him, he would wave across, like, to me across the fucking street. Yo, Sim. Yo.
Right.
Mickey, what's up?
Yeah. All I know is, man, if we're all at a convention, assuming one of these days we can actually, like, hang out for real and blow a spliff and, like, party. Mm-hmm. All I know is if like the Diaz brothers try to, like, sneak attack me or something like that, I'm hanging out with you and Preston, because I know you guys.
Dude, if you put me and Phil next to each other, you're gonna have the Wolverine Juggernaut piece. He's like 6'5", motherfucker. Dude, that would be fun just to do that once. Like, if we're at the same con, to do a face-to-face with me and Phil. Like, he's 6'5", I'm like 5'7", I'm like 5'8" or something.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I can't. Seriously, it's just like.
I'm saying 5'7", 5'8" now because I'm in 45, so it's kind of like.
Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah!
But I'm like 5'8", and dude, I'm like 6'5" in front of me that will look like Wolverine and Juggernaut. Dude.
That's awesome. oh yeah, really quickly got to point out, there is a moment where Rutger Hauer calls this pooch dickhead. Yeah. Now look at that face. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. How dare he? He's a handsome pooch.
I call him a dickhead.
Yeah, it's just like he just wants to be buddies. Because I don't know about you if you've had a lot of any experience with Rotties, but like people are scared shitless of them. Like when I was walking a friend's Roddy, like I was taking, he was out of town. I was taking care of his dog. I would walk that dog. People would like cross to the other side of the street. And he was a sweetheart, man.
There's a fucking good reason why they're afraid of fucking Rod, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like people are afraid of pit bulls, but pit bulls are more commonly seen everywhere. Still,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Not rots. Rots are mainly like used for guard. And dude, I faced one day.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not fucking kidding. Like the dog was my size on all fours. Was me on all fours. Okay.
Yeah.
And I go to a friend's place, and it's just a new place, right? And the dog doesn't know me, right? He hasn't met me yet, right? So we get off there, and his girlfriend goes, unlock the door, just go in. As I go in with the bag, all I hear it's my friend going, no, don't, the dog's loose. And I'm inside, and all I'm seeing is that big motherfucker charging at me. Like he's coming at me.
Yeah.
So like for a fraction of a second, dude, I'm scared shitless. Like,
yeah.
For a fraction of a second, like you feel the fear in the primal fear in your fucking thing. Like this is about to go down.
Yup.
Right?
Yup. I've experienced that too,
and then there's the me going in because experience that goes. I just go cold motherfucker. Right. And I just looked at it and I'm like, I remembered that, there's a reason why there are pets.
Yeah. And
so I bulked up, I stiffed up again, like I'm fucking taking you down if you're coming, type of mentality.
Yeah, you have to, because they can smell fear.
Right. I'm like, come on, I'm like, look at that big little puppy.
Yeah.
And he fucking slowed down right in front of me. Yeah. And I petted the fucking shit on his top of his head. I'm like, that's a nice puppy. Yeah. Dude, you saw my friend going, how the fuck did you do that? He attacked most of the fucking people that walk in. I'm like, I don't know. He just didn't. And the dog loved the fuck out of me. Would come and sit on my feet. He's like, fuck, dude. He's like, you're softening him up. I want him to be a guard dog. I'm like,
dude. That's the thing is they're mushes. They're generally very mushy dogs. But I remember once I was in a cemetery because like I'm a sick freak and I like hanging out in cemeteries, and I see this guy at the top of the hill and I see this Roddy charging towards me, and I had that feeling that you mentioned, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Don't worry, like he's friendly."
Yeah,
and
it's the runner. It's the runner flight. It's the runner flight thing, and then you realize that if I run, I'm fucked.
Yeah. So then it's just like, and with dogs, especially if it's a vicious dog, if it's like actually hostile, you have to clear all fear from your mind, and you have to like put on not your game face, but your game brain.
Yep.
And get that look in your eyes and everything.
Dominance of the pack, motherfucker.
Yes, right. Yeah, you got to be like I'm a fucking kill you, and then they back off. Yeah, they don't want any if they think that you're going to. I mean, there is a reason why.
Dude, there was a bull mastiff once that I had.
Oh, bull mastiff! Oh,
dude, and that thing tried to snap at somebody.
Oh no.
So what, dude? My reaction was, I got good reflexes, right? So I caught the dog like by the throat before he fucking like snapped. Pook! I grabbed it by the throat, lifted it off the freaking ground, and I took a little bite, just a little soft bite on this side of his neck.
Right.
And all you did is, you see his ears go down. I put him down, and he was done.
Right. Because you clearly understand dogs and how to communicate with them.
You don't have to hurt it. You just
it's very simple.
say, hey, I'm the boss. I could hurt you very bad now.
Right.
Know this.
Right. But if you're a good boy,
but I'm not, so
Right. If you're a good boy, then we can chill. We can.
And by the way, cats are the same.
Yeah. To a large degree.
You can train them the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the things that people don't understand about cats is that they can be trained. It's just they're not as easily trained as dogs.
It takes a lot more patience.
A way more patience. There's it's
more of a conditioning than a training. A dog can you train the dog by he knows this. You repeat it like 3, 4 times, and he gets the idea. A cat, no, he likes to test, and like like going in the garbage thing, right?
Right.
He knows he's doing something wrong. He
Oh, yeah,
fucking knows, and he's trying to get away and hide from you.
Yeah. Like,
But
well,
when that thing understands that it cannot hide from you, so you have to be assertive that it's under the bed. I'm gonna go get it. Like that, the cat understands after that okay, if I fuck up, I can't hide and get away with it. Okay.
Right. But cats are cats are much more manageable than like a big dog. That's the thing. It's like you have to, like, I had a friend who had a Great Dane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had that thing under like tight, strict control, because otherwise it'll just like destroy your house.
Not just that, if you don't, it's the boss of the pack, and that means that it will be attacking people. It will get aggressive. It will be dominant, and you don't want a dog to be dominant.
No. You want the whole point with like when you have a dog is that you're the alpha.
Yeah, but the alpha, that's also caring. That's the difference. It's not just the beat up of the dog that the dog needs to be afraid of you. It's like I said before, the dog needs to understand that you're compassionate. So you could, but you don't.
Right. But that's the thing. It's like they want to protect the alpha because that's the leader, right? And but yeah, I've never had a dog. One of these days, if I find myself like living on like a nice patch of land with some woods, and that's sort of thing.
Maybe it has to do with one of the first dog I trained that I grew up with was a fucking husky. So it's one of them.
Oh, they are so cuddly.
They're fucking awesome, dude. They're stubborn as fuck, but they're fun as fuck.
And they're chatty too, aren't
like
they?
Beacon has one. He goes, dude, like he was like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, grab it. They're the best dog you could ever fucking have. And it just happened that the dog's also called Lobo. I'm like, grab it.
Oh. that's a
and now like you keep saying, dude, it's the best fucking dog in the world. I'm telling you, dude, they're huskies. It's like the original dog. Period.
Right. Yeah. I always thought that they're the most beautiful of all the breeds, and that's probably because they're kind of the most wolf-like, I suppose.
They're also the more robust. They have less health issues.
Yep.
Because the other ones are all crossbreeding, inbreeding, and this.
Right. Well, I mean, think about it. They're sled dogs. They're basically bred to be like draft animals.
Yep.
Right. And man, there's like a couple of them in my neighborhood. And I remember saying hi to this one person's dog, and it was a husky, and he jumped up and boop, and like hit me on the nose with his nose, so I was all stunned.
Yeah, I fucking love it when they say hi like that.
Oh, it's adorable.
Dude, I've had that. Like I told you, I grew up that my first dog was that, right? And I was a kid, and my grandma would give me like leftover meatballs. Like after a big supper, or when she did the big cooking, the pre-prep, there was like, okay, I got extra meatballs. Yeah. So I would take the pot, go sit in the backyard, because my grandma used to live in the country. I grew up between the city and the country. So I would go in the backyard and just sit down, and then you'd see Chico, because that was his name.
Oh, Chico.
And he would come sit next to me and give me the freaking nose thing.
Yeah.
Nose to nose.
Yeah.
And would just sit in front of me, and it was one for me, one for you, one for me, one for you.
Oh man, that is so awesome.
But I've had that little nose thing ever since. Like I do that with my cat right now. Like I look at my cat, I go, and he gives me the nose thing, the nose bump. I do the same thing with the kids. Like
oh god. Yeah,
it's more like the forehead bump and the nose.
I haven't had a cat for like 2 years, like no critters in the house, but I'm getting ready to get another cat.
Yeah, I'm not a big cat person, but we got one because the kids wanted one.
Right.
And it's like not even a year old yet. It's getting big. And I don't hate cats.
Right.
I'm not a regular cat person. Like people, asshole cats that throw that fucking asterisk in their face. Like, dude, that cat has never put his asterisk in my face. So it goes to prove like, and my previous cat neither, right? That I owned. It's something that I've seen of other people that have cats, and they just let them roam around like they're freaking kings and queens of the freaking palace or something.
Yeah.
they go up on shit, break shit, then they're freaking assholes. And
yeah, I mean, all the cats. Well, here's the thing. I think people that don't like cats, they haven't met the right cat, right?
Or they haven't trained them. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just let a pet just do whatever it wants, and you go, okay, it's just a cat. You're like, no, you have to let him. Don't do that shit.
Right. It's not good for you or the kitty.
No.
Right.
Like, I'm the guy that had a cat that would do his freaking go shit in the bathroom, in the toilet.
That's amazing. I've never had a cat do that before. That's freaking cool. That's so sweet.
Yeah, that cat would sit, roll over, fetch. I'm gonna try and do the same thing with that one.
Yeah, there's a lot there's this this act in Las Vegas. It's, I think, a Russian guy and his daughter who take in adopt cats from the shelter, and they train them to be like circus cats, and they have a cat circus.
That's cool.
And they're running around doing tricks, jumping through hoops, and doing all this crazy shit. And then, of course, people are amazed because it's like, how did you get a cat to do that? I had actually, in my last cat, Figs, I had him leash trained.
Yeah, but that's one of the things. Like, to punish a cat, it's quite simple. Yeah, you buy a little leash and you put it around its pole. So you put him in a corner. It hates not being free. Oh, and trust me, it will think twice before you fucking with you when you're just gonna tie it up to its pole.
Right.
To scratch pole.
Yeah.
But you're not being
Yeah.
Or another thing is that I learned that was fun. Is you there's a bag, right? It's a little bag. You leave the head out. Mm-hmm. So they're stuck in there. Another way of punishing a cat. It's like putting them in a glove. You know what I mean?
They don't like being confined. It's just, they also don't like closed.
So doors. You don't have to do much other than pinch the back of the neck when they do something wrong, like you pick them up like their mom would.
Right.
And you put them in the place.
Right. They
don't like it, but they understand what's going on.
Yeah. You're giving them a little reminder. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, I'm. It's like it looks like I got shit sorted out with my house, so I'm going to be able to get a kitty again.
There you go. That's the other scene I was telling you about when he's walking down the alley. All he needs is the freaking skull in the chest.
Oh, he would have been a great Punisher. Oh, Dolph was very good, I thought.
No, it's the movie that suffers. It's.
The script is really good, I think. I don't think they had the proper budget, and then also would it have killed them to put a fucking skull on his chest? You know, that's the thing that they always resist. Like, even like the last Punisher movie, the director wanted to take the skull off of the character's chest, and instead they they kept the skull, but they muted it a little bit. And that was like Punisher Warzone I'm talking about, of course. As for the Punisher TV series, I mean, I just thought it was some shit, personally. And I really don't like... because I know people were like, they love the guy that plays him in the Netflix series, John Bernthal, but I never liked him in that part. He's too...
No, I don't like him neither.
Because he's hot-blooded, right? He's always like, ugh! Rather than being what the Punisher is, which is a cold-blooded killer. Yeah,
he's the guy that's always on that neutral line. He has, like the guy, like Equilibrium, when he goes, he's the guy that's there that cannot get off of it.
Right.
And the entire, like, lesson in that is exactly it. The more you dwell in that pain, the more you try to seek vengeance, the more and you'll never get it.
Yes. Yeah. Without a doubt. I mean,
even after all the people, he killed every fucking single one person that freaking had anything to do with the murder of his family, and he still can't get peace.
No, because that's...
And he won't until he stops and he just starts living again.
Exactly. And that's why the Punisher is not a hero. It's because he's somebody who gave up. He gave up on the law. He gave up on life. He gave up on
yes and no, because that's the thing. He gave up on a part of the law because the law is corrupt. Because
of course.
because the actual heart of law and order is not being respected. Because people were getting away with murder just because they have money, and he decided to break the law to uphold the law, and that's the core thing that people forget about him.
Well, yeah.
That's what makes him what he is. He's not just a fucking random guy that would kill anybody.
No, far from it. Far from it. And I mean, and
he's trying to get as less collateral damage as possible, and that's my main problem with Berthold.
Yes. Well, my main problem is just the fact that he's just so he's always grunting and he's just like, all angry and raging. And I understand that's what the fans want. Right?
Punisher would be the type like
the fans what they want.
A random innocent bystander getting hurt and during one of his fight would make him run away.
Right.
Would make him try and take the fight away, or go like, okay, this needs to stop. I'll.
Right. Of course, because then he's just like, no different than the criminals that he's killing.
Yeah, Thomas Jane did a great job. Ray Stevenson looked like him.
Oh,
victim.
Ray Stevenson, I thought was so far the best, the most accurate to the comic book character, and I'm talking about the original comic book character, not the one with the broken nose and the trench coat. I'm talking about, the one that had the wavy hair and the full costume, and that was always doing acrobatics and like.
He's the best on-screen Punisher so far. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And Thomas Jane, I think, was a little miscast, but is still a good actor. He was a little bit too much of a pretty boy. Although I did enjoy that movie. I mean, it was basically like a Charles Bronson movie. It was very sad.
Yeah, and the Laundry Day short is pretty goddamn sweet.
Yeah, it is. I would like to see him.
I think he was fine. Like, I don't think he was the best cast, but I think he was fine. He did a great job.
Yeah. Like I said, the only actor I think that I haven't liked as the character is John Bernthal, and I'm hoping that they'll replace his ass. But
they don't seem like they will. I saw not too long ago. Supposedly he's going to be coming back as Punisher, and I'm like, oh motherfucker.
God, that sucks. But you know what? As long as we get fucking Daredevil back, because the Daredevil series was the shit. I mean, maybe like
until season 3, I think it was.
I liked season 3, not as much as season 2 and 1, but putting Bullseye in the Daredevil costume, I thought that actually kind of worked.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah. I mean, it obviously left a lot of shit hanging because of Disney, not wanting their shit on Netflix. But Charlie Cox evidently is in the new Spider-Man movie, which I still haven't seen.
Another thing I want to mention about Berthold Punisher, he was better in the Daredevil. He was more Punisher in the Daredevil character-wise, even though I don't think cast-wise, but he was Punisher in Daredevil. Not in the Punisher series. Not at all.
Not at all. And then of course there is that one scene that's fucking incredible, which is when he and Wilson Fisk fight, right? And fucking Vincent D'Onofrio is just like a boom, just beating on him like a gorilla. That scene is fucking incredible. I love that.
Yep.
That was awesome. Oh man, I'm not the kind of person that gets off on like the misfortune of other people. I don't I don't generally root for people to fail, but I'm so happy that the Morbius
Matt says, I like Berthold looks like John Romita Jr. Punisher, but too much filler episode on the TV show. Me, I think it's the other way around. What's his name again? Stevenson?
Ray Stevenson.
I think he looked like the fucking John Romita Jr. Punisher from Warzone. That's why I liked it so much, and that's why it was called Warzone.
Right.
And I agree, but me, right from the start, where you already had the growth of Punisher, at the end of the fucking season of Daredevil, he is Punisher. And then you start the fucking series of Punisher where he's having PTSD and he has to restart all over again.
God. Yeah.
That was so fucking stupid. And the way that it was done, it was like I really didn't like it.
you know.
But like in every other things, obviously, like the action was cool and he was killing things. But dude, other than that, the story was shit. I really didn't like it.
I didn't even finish the second.
But I give props. Like that's what I wanted to mention in Daredevil. It was good. Like I was excited for the series, but when it started, I'm like, oh fuck no.
Right. I mean, I still remember seeing that preview where you see a X-ray of his skull with a bullet in it, and you see the skull, and you're just like, oh shit, right? And it's like that was badass. That was badass. But but yeah, the Punisher TV series, it's made by people that just don't understand the character. I don't think.
No, but dude, they've been trying to what is it? Castrate the character for a fucking long time.
Yeah, I mean
they've been doing the same to Lobo and every other cool character like that. Like right now, like the Wolverine and shit like that.
I guess they're doing with Conan. I mean, I can't bring myself to read the Conan comics, not the Jason Aaron, because it's like, why would I do that to myself, right? Because that they're emasculating the fuck out of that character. They have to be. And I mean, it's just like, I just like, why make any Conan comics if you're not going to make them, if Conan's not going to be fucking Conan and the world's not going to be that world? It's just, I don't know. It just baffles me. Yeah, he was tear jerking on Daredevil. Fantastic performance. Yeah. No, I mean he was a very tragic character, without a doubt. A tragic hero for sure. Although I wouldn't call him like a superhero. To me, it's I mean, he's a character that was inspired by vigilante characters like the Executioner and the Destroyer. There were like the pulp novels that were being released in the 70s that were really popular.
Yeah, but he's the classic. It's the classic movie hero. I mean, like Punisher wise, and same thing for Conan was the classic barbarian.
Right.
So it's like even Punisher, like if you look at it, like he's not a superhero. Look at all those freaking classic, vengeance movies from back in the days, like the 70s, 80s. Get Carter, Payback. That's what it was. It's Thunder. Yeah, and there was other fucking Mad Max was that's what it was. A police officer that takes the law in his own hand because people are ignoring it because they're corrupt, and it's the classic story of that. But superhero usually means the fact that they won't kill people; they go like the Boy Scout way.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Anti-hero is like it's somebody that would go and kill the person.
Right.
Or really hurt them real fucking bad, like Batman used to, like leave them like crippled or something.
Right.
Like you'll remember that knee every fucking winter when it gets cold.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Batman won't kill you, but he'll dislocate your knee.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Just so that every winter or every time it rains, you have a little reminder.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and if you know anything about it, you know that when it gets more humid and cold, old pains come back.
Yeah, they sure do. They don't warn you about that shit when you hit 40. All these funky aches and pains. Oh man. All right. Well, let me see.
Why do you think all the old end up in Florida?
No, that's dude. I'm like the winters here in New York. I mean, I know they're nothing compared to what you're dealing with in Canuckistan, but I'm starting to get to that point where I'm just like, yeah, I think maybe it's time to move south. Possibly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to love the winters. I don't dig them as much as I used to. But yeah, I was saying about the Morbius movie. Evidently, that's been a fiasco, which makes
that's what I keep hearing. I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it either, so technically I don't have an opinion on it, but I can't help it. My Schadenfreude is in overdrive. I'm just I hate Jared Leto, right? And the fact that he wouldn't do any practical makeup effects, right? Because why would he cover up that pretty face of his? It's just like, well, then why would you even take that part? Why would you even want to play that character? It's like, oh, I get it, because you're the Prince of Dark. Jared Leto, the Prince of Darkness. I don't know if you ever...
Yeah, but
awards.
I'm checking the Rotten Tomato here for a sec.
Yeah.
And it says, like, the tomato meter. Technically, it's, their critic, the mainstream and shit.
Right.
They give it 16%. Very bad critic.
Right.
But the audience gives it 70%.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that shit's rigged. That's what I think. I think that shit's rigged. Because I remember Fangoria magazine. I stopped reading because they were corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And their reviews were corrupt. They were clearly taking payola, because what they would do was, when a movie would come out, they would be like, the first review, like, this is fucking amazing. This is like the remake of House of Wax or something. This is fucking amazing. It's incredible. This is visionary. This is a benchmark moment in the history of horror. And then the movie would get, panned by both the fans and the critics. Then it would come out on DVD, and then it would be a different review offered by the same critic going, it's just a piece of shit. I'm like, what? Right? And so if there's corruption at Fangoria, you don't think that there's corruption at fucking Rotten Tomatoes? I mean, my God, man, there's definitely palms getting fucking greased. And we know that, like, with, YouTube is already stepping in with trailers getting ratioed and that sort of a thing. But here's the thing. It's like, back in the day, like, I'd be heartbroken that, like, oh shit, they made a Morbius movie and it looks like it's shit, right? And then, like, I'm gonna have to wait 20 years for, like, another Morbius movie. No, not now, right? There's an angle, like, oh, I'm gonna have to wait maybe 2-3 years before we get, like, another version of that character. I love that. I love that we're living in a time where, they can just like the Ang Lee Hulk movie and the Incredible Hulk. I mean, the space between those was what, like 3 years, 4 years? I think. So we don't have to, like, then write these characters off as being unusable. Because I hope they don't blame the character and just go, oh, well, I guess people just didn't connect with that character. I hope that, the blame goes where it deserves. Where it deserves to go, anyway. But we shall see. Anyway,
I don't know. It's like me. I'm very excited, but I'm also very afraid about the Inkle movies.
I'm worried about those too. Right now, is Taika Waititi producing, or is he just producing, or is he directing those too?
He's in charge of the Inkle movie.
Okay, all right. We'll
and Jodorowsky said you trust him because he understands the vision. So I'm like,
okay. I kind of wish it would be Jodorowsky, but
he's probably going to be on it to supervise. But
we'll see. I mean, I know he's gotten on in years. He's a very old man, but also,
I've liked some of his stuff. It's just he's a bit weird. Or David Cohen, whatever your name is.
I'm sorry.
Waititi used to be David Cohen.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just you Google it and you'll see. He changed his name.
To make it more ethnic.
Yep.
Oh, to get on the fucking social justice radar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you know what? It's kind of hard to blame people for working the system.
Yeah. I don't mind it, but if it's his real name, yeah, okay, yeah. Like if he changed his name to a Hollywood name and he wants to use his real name, okay, yeah, no problem. If it's a made up name, I just think it's stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why people do it because Hollywood is like that. They'll one of the reasons why Michael Bay's career really took off was because evidently he has great hair. like Mark Kermode was like, "What is it about Michael Bay?" And like to an industry insider, and the person was just like, "He's got great hair," and he was like, "Are you kidding?" They're like, "No, no, no. That's like part of the mystique. He's got really great hair."
It could be also to distance himself from the other Cohen. It could be for a lot of reasons.
Oh,
but I really love is how they dwell in shadows or something like that. The vampire thing.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows. That
was freaking good.
Fantastic. That was awesome.
And if you take out the two things that bothered the fuck out of me of Ragnarok, it's a pretty good fucking watch. It's well made, it's well produced, the world is nice, it looks like it's fucking out of a Kirby comic, but the story and what they did with Valkyrie is fucking stupid.
What they did with Valkyrie, and also what they did with the Heroes 3. Right? Where they just get taken out like bitches.
Yep.
And I'm just like, really? Like, this is clearly made by somebody that doesn't care about the source material, like, even a little.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not Thor. It's a good watch. It's a good movie, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not Thor. It's
not Thor. Right. And why is Thor now the funny character? Right. And not only is he a male, not only is he white, but he has blonde hair, blue eyes. Oh shit!
But just the intro is worth the watch. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
that fucking intro. That fucking intro is worth the money to go see it in theater. Like,
wow.
That scene was 100% Thor. But then after that, it gets. Yeah.
And with the Led Zeppelin, and I hate Led Zeppelin, but the use of the Immigrant Song in that, it was fucking. Yeah, that was dope for
you. Just did the spinning thing. When he's tied up.
Yeah.
He's like, hold on. Because the conversation comes around. Okay, continue talking. I don't want you thinking, and I'm not respecting you and paying attention. Hold on.
Right.
Oh, dude, I fucking love it.
Yeah. It has its moments. That's
what I'm saying. It's a really fun watch, but it's not Thor. Like, it's not serious. It's a fun entertainment watch, though. I like it. Yeah.
Right.
But
it's just
I like all three movies, in a way, even though that I think like they should just kill the fucking romance in that fucking thing.
Well, I would
play it down.
I would just like I liked the first one. I really did.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot more than I expected. And
I didn't.
The second one was shit.
The second one was interesting. It was interesting. The concept, the story. I like the premise. I like everything, but they ruined it with trying to put her too much into it and the romance there. And that scene.
What scene?
That scene they ripped off from The Matrix. Was it The Matrix? There's an anime of that scene where things are teleporting from the thing.
Oh, from the Animatrix you're talking about. Oh, which was spectacular.
And they're in a place where there's a disturbance, and they throw something and it appears from the top. It's the same scene from Thor.
You're right. Yeah, you're talking about the segment where the kids discover an anomaly.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same fucking thing.
Right. Yeah. I don't remember it very well because I only watched it once and was just like, this is shit. I felt like it was the first bad MCU movie, and I remember thinking, okay, like how many bad movies are they going to be able to get away with? Like that's strike one.
Come on, it was a heartbreaker because I remember like being excited about that movie because I liked the first one. I'm a big Thor fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
The movie starts. It starts so well. And you're like, okay, the premise, they set up the thing. You're like, oh, that's gonna be sweet. That's gonna be awesome. And no, it's fucking shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
It's Portal mixed with that Animatrix that I just said,
right.
And
right. And that's the thing that a lot of writers don't understand is that you're making a contract with the viewer, the reader, whoever, right? You're with your audience. You're promising something. You better freaking deliver. Otherwise, you're going to, because the worst thing you could do is have people feeling let down. And what can I say? The last two Thor movies left me feeling let down. And I thought the third one had its virtues. Watching the Hulk going berserk in Valhalla, that was fun.
I like the little twist of him being there, but I didn't like the fact that they made him how did I say?
What, more intelligent?
No, he's a child.
Yeah. No, I mean,
like he's supposed to not be. Okay, I'm trying not to use the R word. Okay.
Yes.
But Hulk is supposed to be a bit of a retard.
Yeah.
Right? Like his brains function and all working right. Super. Like,
slow. Yeah.
Right. A bit,
right.
A bit like Frankensteinish. You could say.
Oh, very much so. Very much.
Like,
so.
He's not supposed to be childish like a little kid.
No. And one of the things that they always miss, and now we've seen screen versions of that character a lot, given the TV series combined with the movies, and then his appearances in the Avengers movies and all these other MCU pictures. The thing that we never see is how sad and tragic that character is. Just heartbreaking, because it's like he wants to be with people, but it always goes wrong because he's just completely misunderstood. And then he goes on a rampage, and then he's like, fuck people, I'm out of here. And he fucks off to like the desert or the mountains or someplace, right? Leave Hulk alone. And so he goes to be alone, and then he's like, Hulk lonely. And then he finds himself going back to civilization and people, and the whole cycle starts all over again.
Yep.
It's a very sad character.
And when how can I say? We also seen the Gray Hulk version of him that was smarter.
Which is fun. Yeah.
And it would never go back to fucking Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
So you were expecting at least one or the other, not somebody acting like a kid. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like that was the disappointment to me a bit. But like I said, I enjoyed the movie because it was fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, look,
the action was cool, and this, like, Ragnarok was fun, but I agree with what Metal says. The first 15 minutes of all the movies are pretty goddamn sweet, and after that, it's going,
Right.
But my point is, it's enjoyable because he succeeded into immersing you into the Kirby world.
Right, with some of the Simonson too. It's like a combination of the Jack Kirby and the Walt Simonson.
So it's the only reason why I'm a bit hopeful for Inkle, because he won't have Marvel fucking Enterprise trying to tell him to do shit.
That's a very good point.
Like in the Shadow thing, what they do in the shadows.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Like that was him independent, and you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean that's always been the system for the MCU movies, which is a brilliant idea, which is take really good indie directors who have made these low budget movies that are really good, and give them a big budget, and then hopefully it'll have some heart.
Yeah.
Right. But they've moved further and further away from that, and now they're just choosing directors based on their ethnicity, which is just bizarre, right? I mean, It's like even with the Moon Knight series, it's just like, well, we have to have like an Egyptian guy doing it. Like, really? Right? It's just like everybody has to stay in their lane, and it's not progressive, it's regressive.
That was called racism back in the days.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, they're not supposed to intermix neither. It's gross.
Right. Yeah,
they used to say that, not me, by the way.
No, of course not. Yeah. No, that's
we all stood against that a long time ago.
Yeah, and it's because it's ass backward thinking.
Yeah. Right.
It's just like because if you talk to somebody that thinks like that, you're like, dude, what fucking century are you from? Because you kind of understand. I mean, that's why it drives me crazy when people are just like all anti-Lovecraft because of the attitudes that he had back in like the 1900s, early 1900s, right? It's just like, yeah, well, that was an ass backwards way of thinking because that was like fucking 1920.
Look, let me add something to this, okay? Another thing that people ignore about those things. Yeah, it was really fucking bad. There was a lot of people here that had those really, really bad thoughts against black people. And it's horrible, appalling, and I'm so fucking glad that we put an end to it. But that said, okay?
Yeah.
was the same thing on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if you went to Africa, you were white. You didn't have long to do.
Yes, it's human shit. It's human behavior, and some of it, might even be hardwired into us, right? That where it's just like, oh, that dude looks different from me. I should be on guard against him because he looks different from me, which means he's from a different tribe, which means he might want to stick a spear in me.
Because we were all part of like people that grew up in a generation where there's the skin color doesn't matter. We didn't give a fuck.
God, dude. Like
it doesn't matter what's between your legs, neither. You all have a chance to go.
Right.
Now, if you're being a dumbass, that's something else.
Right. And it's, like when I was growing up, you didn't generally see like black kids and white kids hanging out. You see it all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because the current generation, these kids, they don't give a fuck, which is wonderful and incredibly encouraging. But then you see these motherfuckers that are using identity politics basically to fucking work people. And for
dude, it's also been proven in a lot of behavioral studies in the 90s and even before, I think was the early 80s.
Yeah.
That you put multiple people, okay?
Right.
And they're all gonna do little groups. So then you're gonna divide them and you're gonna put just similar people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to start hating each other because one of them has, I don't know, they're 5'6", and the other ones are 6.
Dude.
Then you put all the 6 feet together, and they're going to find something else. Oh, they have blue eyes. We have green eyes. It's been proven.
Yes.
Okay?
My favorite example, right? Now those are like studies that were done at universities. But my favorite example was something that happened when they were filming the first Planet of the Apes movie, right? Mm-hmm. Where you had like the 3 different groups of apes, which were the chimpanzees, the gorillas, and the orangutans. And one of the things that was so groundbreaking about the makeup for that film was you could eat with it on, right? So it's not like they have to take the makeup off for lunch and then reapply it. You can just hang out and just fucking eat with it, right? And so what happened was, they had the catering tables and everything like that, and all the chimps were sitting with the chimps, and all the gorillas were sitting with the gorillas, and all the orangutans were sitting with the orangutans.
Yeah, but that's what it is.
And they were making a movie about racism.
And it's technically group or tribe mentality. You could define it however you want. And the only way to stop that, to prevent that from happening, is to having open conversation, to force them to coexist and compensate, and that usually by other people being different. So it's fun that there's more people being different because it forces it on everybody.
Yes. And also
it makes everybody open to it and not do those little things. The more there is. So the more division they create among people, the more friction, the more hatred they create. That's why it's stupid what's going on, because the people asking for tolerance are being intolerant against anybody. Are not like them.
Yeah. It's
kind of like it makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry. We're supposed to be tolerance here. Everybody get together, and if you don't like each other, go hang with the people you like.
Exactly. It's retarded backwards thinking is what it is. And and it's maddening. And to me, I realize that maybe like I'm a kind of a pie in the sky guy, but I really believe that kind of like the solution for world peace is everybody digging on everybody's culture, right? And then you got these, we've had this conversation before about the idiocy of cultural appropriation. No, it's
cultural appreciation.
Right?
You see something from the other side and it inspires you to do something.
Right.
Change your life. Apply that to your life, or make that in your story.
Right. So it's like people in America are looking at anime going,
fucking love lemon.
Dope. Right? And then like, here, check out French comics. That shit's dope, right? Mm-hmm. And because the whole world, like here in America, the whole world has been grooving on our culture since forever, right? The shit that we've exported, movies, music, shit, we invented rock and roll, right? And I think it's awesome that there's kids in fucking Japan beatboxing. Right? We should be proud of that. But then of course it's it's like different rules for different groups of people. It's all
Yeah, you know what's the weirdest part?
Yeah.
Is that it's American Asian that gets offended about cultural appreciation when they show the actual Chinese or Japanese people that people would wear a kimono.
Right.
They think it's flattering.
Right.
Same thing with the Mexican.
Right. Yeah, the actual people they're protecting don't give a fuck.
But the people expecting special treatment to get work do.
Yeah, that's true.
And fuck you, Hollywood.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't have my problem with those specific people because I know a couple personally, right? And I'm not going to name any names.
Metal movie Brewski.
Well,
we invented jazz and comics
too. Fuck yeah,
not comics.
I know. Well, there's the comics thing is debatable.
Yeah,
but we know what you mean.
Yep.
But it's like, it wouldn't bother me if this particular friend of mine, who's, I'll just say it, he's a race hustler.
Mm-hmm.
And
I just want to add one thing.
If he was like, look, like there's these loopholes, I'm exploiting them. Why shouldn't I? Right? But that's not his attitude. It's like the people that are born on third base and they think that they hit a triple. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Instead, it's just like he feels entitled. And that sense of entitlement is amusing because then he's always complaining about white people feeling entitled. And I'm just like, dude, you're the most entitled motherfucker I've ever met, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
want to add two things to Matt. One, comics. The only reason why I know because they existed a bit before we did.
Right.
There was comics in Europe. Two, jazz and blues. Yes, because black people are Americans.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's
it's like I'm so fucking annoyed of this. Like, yeah. Okay, stop it. There's no division that much. Okay, please, fuck.
Yeah. And then of course, black people gave us the blues, which means that indirectly they gave us metal. Because metal, of course, is blues based, which is awesome.
But the thing is that's the weird thing, though, is that metal was mainly white.
Yes,
it took a fucking long time to have an actual black guy doing metal. Yes. And dude, I remember Prodigy was one of the first ones, and there's another band. I'm sorry, it's not coming back right now, but I used to listen to, but they disbanded. Dude, it was awesome. I remember like Run DMC was one of the first ones to do some rock when they were fucking.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We're immediately into fucking crossing over and bridging divisions.
We Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people don't. It's funny because that benefited Aerosmith and gave them resurrected their career. It didn't necessarily do as much for Run DMC. But in that very first Run DMC record, you hear now Reverend Run going, "I'm the king of rock and roll," right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's
dude. Lenny Kravitz owned it.
What was that?
And Lenny Kravitz was another one that I thought owned it. Like he didn't do metal, but he was hard rock.
Yeah, I'm not a big Lenny Kravitz fan personally.
Yeah, he's an early career. I'm talking like but after that, yeah.
Yeah, but and then there was Ice-T, of course, with Body Count.
Yes,
which was interesting because
it was death metal mixed with rap.
Yes, and that got caused a big controversy. The song "Cop Killer" controversy because they were like, "It's a rap record. It's this rapper. There's a rap song." It's just like, no, actually, it's a rock song. You stupid motherfuckers, right? And then there was Charlton Heston reading the lyrics: "Die, cop, die." No, I'm sorry, "Die, pig, die." You know, and I loved what Ice-T said. He said, when the president uses your name in anger, the shit has hit the fan. And I don't really like Body Count. I actually don't like any of those records, but I appreciate the attempts. Do you know what I'm saying? They each have like maybe like one or two good songs, but otherwise, not a big fan. And then, of course, then you have Jada Pinkett Smith, who you may have heard of, who has been in the news somewhat recently, if you've been living in a cave, who also has like a metal band. And then people were saying, "Oh, well, she's like trying to dip into the metal world, to like basically like bleed some cash out of it." I'm just like, no.
Found it. It was Skin Dread.
Skin Dread. Ah, there you go. Okay.
Remember that band? Yeah, that's the other one. That's like back with Prodigy. Yeah.
But it's just like, no, if you're looking to make money, you go into pop music like J-Lo did. You don't go into fucking metal, right? So I think she's like a narcissist and a malignant one at that. But it was like she's definitely into metal if she has a metal band, because like Burton C. Bell from Fear Factory said, it's like, don't get into this business for the money because there isn't any. Right? And that's not to say that some people aren't like doing okay, but it's just like, that's not where you go for the big bucks, because metal, even though it's huge, like most people don't even know about it. Like don't even know that it exists. It's sort of like under the radar. That's when pop music wasn't getting political at all, right? That's why, when the Iraq War happened, there wasn't any anti-war music on the radio, but there was anti-war music in metal. They were like the only people that was the only genre where people had the balls to do that shit. But that's also because they're operating in a bubble. And also that's why we had so many great comic books up until recently, was because the comic book industry was operating in a bubble. But then it got noticed. And then once it gets noticed, then you get all these fucking moral busybodies who are like, ooh, let me stick my fucking fingers in there and make it serve, my interests. And all of these horrible characters that they've created for Marvel, all of these like SJW characters, like Ms. Marvel, that was never about the comics. It was always about the movies.
Yeah, and it's always about putting the creator or writer into it. It's kind of weird.
Well, the self-insert, yeah. Where it's like you can stay in your lane and write about people that are like exactly like you and that look like you. And it's just like, I read a comic about a fucking gorilla. And I'm a little fuzzy. I won't deny it. But to me, part of the fun and the joy of writing is putting yourself in the shoes of people that don't exist, or people that are completely different from you, in some cases that aren't even human, right? That's fun. It's like I write to get away from myself, not to like, do the self-insert. But I don't know. It's I realize I'm preaching to the converted here. Yeah, Matt says Fear Factory.
Yeah, there you go, Fear Factory. Yeah, that was the other one.
Is one of the OGs in heavy metal, mechanical and clean vocals in heavy ass fucking metal. Yeah, I'm a huge Fear Factory fan. Obsolete.
Right now, running like one of the new bands I like a lot. It's Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
And they have range in music. That's what's fun. Like they change tones.
Yes.
And I discovered a new Australian band. And that I used the song in some of my little video edits. It's called Parkway Drive or something like that.
Right.
And they're fucking awesome,
they're awesome.
dude.
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome. But now they're having a little problem. They canceled their tour. They're having a little. They don't know if they're gonna keep going. Dude, go show them some love. Go watch their fucking music.
Right.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you for turning me on to them, by the way.
Yeah, dude, I didn't even know what the fuck they would have been doing that for 20 years, and now they're having like a type of like midlife band crisis, you could say, where they need to make an important decision for each other because of their life and family and shit. Sure. And they've been very open. If you go on their Twitter and stuff like that, they made a official announcement, And I'm like, go show them some love because, dude, their music is awesome. Like, we haven't had that type of rock/metal in a long time.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, it's like, dudes, you've been at it for 20 years. I understand you've been grinding and you're tired, but the time to quit was like 20 years ago. Maybe 15 years ago. Not now. Now it's too late to quit. It's like you've already invested all that fucking time.
And it's sad that it's now that I discover them. I'm like, dude, I've been listening to them for like, I think like a few months. Like,
yeah, really like them. Dax is a rapper that turned me on to, who's the fucking shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, love that.
Vo Williams is fucking solid.
Amazing.
And dude, that guy freaking offered to do a score for the fucking animated version of that.
How is that coming, by the way? The
animation?
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Showing us piecemeal has been fucking amazing.
Okay, hold on. Let me show you a little sample that I haven't shown nobody yet.
Oh shit! We have an exclusive. We have a preview.
I got some recording for Merv. So I started doing a little cut with some of the lines in there. So hold on. Where did I put that book? Just give me 1 second so I get to it.
Yeah, no worries, brother. Nobody's rushing you. This is a casual stream. This is a hangout stream. And now I can put myself back on camera.
There it is. Got it. Put it on screen.
Yeah, and Matt says, check out Solution 45. Pink Floyd meets Swedish melodic death metal. Probably my favorite band. Absolutely. Now, is the name Solution or is it Solution 45? I'm guessing it's Solution 45, like the caliber.
You go up.
Okay, all right. Oh, shit. Ah, shit.
I'm fucking bored out of my mind. 2 weeks without a decent job. Playing delivery boy sucks. Tisk tisk, you should consider yourself lucky, not? At least we got some work. I know, but I need some action before I go ballistic. A little bit of risk, a little bit of action will be good for a change. All the recent ones were too easy. Point A to point B jobs. I'm sure you can find some poor loser with a bounty on his head somewhere. I'll go check the bounties on the Space Cowboy Central site. You know the risk. Yeah, just do it. Incoming call from Merv with a special job offer. But you remember the last job we took from him, Yeah, but we lose nothing just by checking. Put him on the big screen. Okay.
Hey, Nat. Long time no see.
Yeah, and with reasons. Yes.
Okay, anyway, I got a very special job you won't be able to refuse.
Listening.
5 million creds for the capture of a reptilius carnivorous. Many tried to go after him, but not one came back. The thing is, Nat, I need him alive.
Go on.
He was last seen headed towards Sector 5. We need someone ASAP, and we'll pay an express bonus. Are you interested?
The bounty is 5 million credits, plus a 20% bonus for the last time, all in full. No Fed tax, fees, service charges, or anything in cash. Otherwise, it's going to end real bad between us. Are we clear?
Gotta mute myself here. Dude, that's so... Oh, man. Well, you know what's so much fun about watching that? Is I'm a mad... Because it's an animatic, right? And
it's blocking, and I'm trying to time everything together. Yeah.
Right. So it's a stage of the process. But I've seen these kind of animatics before, and so in my head, I'm kind of building like the finished version.
Mm-hmm.
while I'm watching it. This is gonna be great, dude. This is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm doing the full remember the name story,
That's
and
a great idea.
it's gonna be split in 4
Oh my
mini
god.
episode. And
Oh
if
my God.
people like it and get behind it, it's one of the reasons why I've been heavily promoting my channel now.
Yeah.
And there's also a link to my Patreon there too.
Yeah, folks.
So I'm really trying to invest everything in my comic, and my side gig is doing animation for this. And I want to have the idea is I want to be able to be animating the first 2 story of that. Right?
Hell yeah.
The 2 first story on that and Tales from Night verse 1. After that, I would like the series to be short episodes still, but of their own little stories that are not in the book, right?
Like short stories.
Or canon.
Gotcha.
So all the short story that I will make will be canon to the universe.
Nice.
So at first I was like, what am I going to do? Just adapt some stories? I'm like, people would like that, but I'm like, what if I just started off with I start the book, 2 stories of that, and then random little stories, but not part of the comic. So everybody that will be part of my thing of my YouTube will get to have special episodes that are canon to the book. So I'll refer them to the goddamn in the book too. Sometimes they'll be part of the story.
Right.
So I have I've told you, I have so many stories I can tell, and I want to tell that I can split them up. Not
Right, and make them into vignettes.
Yeah, and I even thought of having guest writers for those little episodes.
Oh, dude.
Hit
your boy up. Yeah, no, dude. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to the new issue. Do you have an ETA of when that might be shipping?
The date's on the thing, where the new book. It's expecting to be shipping in November 2022. I didn't put it on the thing because it always ends up being problems after if you want to update or you want to explain something, right? And what if what I did is we aim to deliver before it if possible, because we give ourselves 6 months after the closing of funding to have the book done. And as you know, I have right now I'm at 24 pages I have to do left on Planet 69. The black and white on the extra story that I want to unlock is done.
Right.
I just have to finish coloring it. Planet 69 is, like I said, 24 pages left to do. That's what I'm working on right now.
Right.
And the animation.
Yeah, and let's see if I can.
But Beacon is working on the colors of because all we have to do is me finishing those pages, getting the colors done, then lettering, and we're done. So I'm very highly confident that we can do that in 6 months or before. Get it?
Yep.
So I gave myself 6 months after the campaign closed to finish off everything and not be too stressful about it. But as soon as it's ready, it's going out. So.
Right, because you don't want to kill yourself.
Yeah, but I've also realized that sometimes you work on this thing, then you go through an edit, the editor goes in, and then you change something.
Right. Yeah,
I've redrawn pages because I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's a bit too. It's not too direct. It's not direct enough, or it's too much. Or I'll do something else.
Right. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm super looking forward to it, and for fuck's sake, man, I'm so glad that the campaign got funded, but it should be doing so much better than it is, man.
During the stream, I also
get the word out there.
During the stream, I also updated the new stretch goals if you want to check them out.
Oh shit, yeah. Can you
because
I'm having trouble.
I'll share it. I'll call him. There you go.
Share your screen.
I got the campaign
Share
here.
your screen like a motherfucker.
Just get the campaign up.
Yeah, no worries.
There you go. Bingo.
And Matt clarifying.
So I didn't take anything away from it, by the way.
Okay.
So people don't get you changed the campaign. No, I just changed how they get unlocked. Right. So let's go down here.
Looks dope. I love that animation of is that Luwani? That's kind of doing a Transformers.
Yeah, the bike thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the bike.
If you want to run it, I'll share.
Armor. Yeah, dude, that's fucking dope.
So this is the new stretch goals. So one of the things that a lot of people were saying is that it looks long before unlocking something interesting. And I've said it many times, and people get to know me. I pay a lot of attention to my backers and fans and people around when they criticize or give pointers for a campaign.
Right.
And I've decided that, it makes sense. Yes, you're right. So I decided to split them up a little bit, and I added something in it. So everything is still there. The only thing is right now, we unlock the extra story at 7.5K. So we're close to it.
Hell yeah.
Then at 10K, we unlock the 6 a.m. the new 6 a.m. sticker,
Ooh.
which is that one here.
Oh, hell yeah.
And this is the fridge magnet, by the way.
Oh,
And we unlock at 100 backer.
that's friggin' amazing.
So now at 12.5, we upgrade the Merc Club card that's in the $69 tiers and up from a black rookie card to the metal card that Nat has.
Yeah, boy.
Plus, that's the thing I added. I'll give away a digital ash can of Tales from the Night 3.
Sweet.
And at 15K, sketch card for every physical book backer.
Oh my god.
So I split them up a little bit more, so it's all at 2,000 point, 2,500 interval instead. And I hope people are enjoying it much, and it makes us closer to unlock this one. And I really want this part of the book. It's
Right.
just like I said, like people are used to have 80-page books with me.
Right.
So that was like that's an unlockable one because that's going to get 96 page, and that also costs more.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, to me, that's always the best stretch goal. Is just a fatter book.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
but like,
here,
yeah.
I just want to mention this. Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
This is where I want your input, people, because every slice of 100 backer, I give away something that you want. Like people were asking for a fridge magnet, so that's why it was unlocked. So that's why it's a bit vague here. So you tell me what you want as when we every freaking 100 thing, and if possible, I'll make it happen, like a patch or something, or
Sweet. Oh yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, people, let me know. I listen. I pay attention.
Well, I mean, that's
I avoid, like, I don't pay attention to the drama. I don't interact with drama, but I pay attention to you guys and your comments.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a fuck. Fuck the drama.
Not because I don't care about it, and I'm aware of it, and I'm listening to you guys.
Yeah. And it's
I'm
like
here to better myself, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've always believed that the way that you fight negative shit is with positive shit. Like fighting fire with fire, that doesn't work. And I think of the drama gets a lot of clicks, but I don't think that that's building a sustainable audience, because I think people eventually get sick of that shit.
Yeah.
And if you're causing drama, I'm a big believer that what you put out into the world, you get back. And that's why I try to avoid fucking with people if I can, and avoid drama if I can. But the main reason to avoid drama, it has nothing to do with making awesome comics.
There's an old saying that says, if you stop by and throw rocks at every dog barking on your way somewhere, you'll never get there.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's very good advice. Words to live by for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to cut it here.
Cool. Supper time here.
Yeah, this has been fun. Everybody, look your boy up and hit the smash that like button. And
you said we'd do this.
And the subscribe. I'm almost at 200 subscribers, which is like a big deal for me.
Get him to 500, and I'll give you like about 3 sketch cards to give away. There you go.
Ooh.
There you go. Promote it.
There you go. I mean, that's the thing that's great about stretch goals, is then everybody that's already backed is going to try to get more people to back. I'm talking for your channel. Yeah.
Get your channel up.
I know. There you go.
And there you go. That's the one you're talking about.
It's time we settle the score. Yeah. It's time we settle the score. Come on. Are you ready? Let's go. I got this hunger inside of me. A vicious vendetta that won't ever let up. It's bringing the fire up out of me. I come alive for the rivalry. I hear the talk, but that ain't enough. I'm about to pull the rug on your bluff. I'm fresh out of mercy, you out of luck. Yeah, I stand on my rep and I back it up.
Booyah!
And for the people that don't know, this is me working on the intro of Not the Merc.
Yeah, that's bad.
This is all going to be clipped and as the intro.
Oh yeah. Oh man, so looking forward to seeing the finished version of that, and the finished versions of all the things that you're working on.
But my priority is my book, and that's my side project. And as you can see, it's doing pretty well. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man!
I'm not that slow.
Well, here's a big question, personal question. I'm personally invested in. When do you think we're going to launch Blood Hunt Doc Salem this year?
Oh, I can't say it until we discuss with Preston.
Okay, all right.
It's all about availability and how to make it, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Technically, I need to go over the script again. He needs to put it. I don't know if he gave you his feedback.
Yeah, I think I think he said he liked it, but here's the thing. It's just like I'm expected to do at least some rewrites. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Based on your feedback. I mean, if you guys are just 100% cool with it, and you're also, when you're getting down to doing the artwork, you know you have 110% freedom just to kind of like do your own thing, as long as it doesn't mess with the basic story or create inconsistencies or something, you know.
I mean, like I told you, as soon as I'm done with Tulsa and Adverse 2, like the drawing of it, I'll get the first 10-page laid out, no problem.
You guys were kind enough to give me carte blanche, so carte blanche goes both ways. Oh man, but yeah, it's God, I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to,
because I have to divide my projects, the projects I want to do with people, and the gigs I have to do to feed my family.
Yep.
By the way, I'm open to commissions.
We understand this. Oh, and everybody go back. Matt's book, Butch Cleaver.
Yep.
I'm not sure if the link isn't below. I'll put it there. Also,
Got my pack. Pretty cool.
Gorilla is shipping. I'm actually making a lot of trips to the post office.
That's mine.
Did I send you yours yet?
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I bought that Preston one.
Oh, dude, it's get that shit, dude.
I know.
Next, here, I gotta do this. Look at that, dude. Shit, dude. And everybody, like, there are CG Easter eggs sprinkled all through this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't ordered the posters yet. Like, the first thing I want to get out is the books. Right?
So that's why mine's not on its way yet, because I told you I wanted a poster.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, no, I'll probably ship those separately, because that's the other thing too, is I don't want to. The whole point is like not leaving people waiting. So, I have a good track record of like, every 6 months.
A cheaper way of sending those type of prints, send them in a tube instead of sending them on flatbed.
Yeah, I intend to. That's, like the posters, those are going to be.
It cuts the price by half.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I haven't shipped shit like that yet, but
I do that for original art too now. Like I'm not kidding. Like I take the page, I put it in a plastic sleeve. I roll it a little bit, and I put it in the tube. There's less damage. I've never had any problem sending original art like that. The only thing, they have to flat it after, and technically you put it in a freaking. It's in a sleeve. You slide it in a plastic sleeve, and you're done.
And thanks, Matt, dude. If you want to drop the link also for Butch Cleaver, please do so.
Drop that links.
But yeah, also I got to talk to Preston, because one of the backers that was in the drawn-in tier, he wants those pages of original art, and which are available, but like he wants those specific pages, and also we got to figure out like Phil back to the tier with the original art, and which is going to come with the comics, and we got to figure out what Phil's getting. Make sure to hook his ass up right.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see. And Tales from the Natverse. Yeah, go back to shit, people. The last one was just so much fun. Great.
And trust me, you're gonna love that one. Like, okay, let me give you another hint that I don't give too much, right? Because I kind of realize that it's a thing that people know that I do from the get-go, but the new people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Every issue, I introduce new characters. And they don't always have their own story. So right now you have a bit less story, but you get introduced to a whole bunch of new bad guys in there.
Nice. Because you're building it. You're building a universe. You're building a world, and I think that's
just off the bat. There's what if we unlock the Blood Brother story, right? It says 4 story, but there's 2 story with epilogues.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
But it's technically you get 2 extra short stories of 3-page epilogues.
Right. So that's going to also give the reader a sense like this is like a continuous story, right? Yeah.
And trust
so you're going to want to find out what happens next.
Trust me, people, if you like Tales from the Natverse 1, you're gonna have fun reading Planet 69 because, you'll see.
I can't wait, dude. I can't
how I like to connect the stories without telling you. I show you, right?
Right.
And you kind of know you're kind of figuring out how their place in the timeline without me telling you.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm playing real hard with this, and I hope it works. And so far, it's one of the things that I'm most proud of. Is people seem to know right off the bat the line of the stories.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, there are different ways of letting people know that sort of a thing, but you're doing it in a soft way where it's not like this is set at such and such a time, but you can kind of piece it together, kind of like the events in films like Pulp Fiction or something like Memento, right? Yeah, where you can you're playing like mental.
I give you a little. That's it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And that's the thing that I've put a lot of time in planning. Like I'm trying to plan the story right and how you can figure it out by yourself.
Oh, dude, I would love seriously. I would love to write a Natverse story. I'm especially looking forward to
start thinking about it, like a short story for the And give me just think about the idea and let me know, and we'll see if I can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's that.
Don't go writing a full script right away. Just pitch me the idea.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's the thing is if I'm right once again, it's like with the Blood Hunt Doc Salem crossover. It's just like I'm playing in your fucking sandbox. So,
but we brainstormed before we pitched the idea, what we could do, what could be done, a few things that nobody knows about Vincent and. Doc Salem that we could play with, and I think you handled it pretty goddamn well. And what we came up with is pretty goddamn sweet.
Yeah, I think so too. I think people are going to get a real kick out of that thing. I think that book's just going to be just straight up fun. But I mean, that's the thing with all your books. All your books are just straight up fun. And we need more fun comics. Not that I think that my comic isn't fun, but it's also a little heavy. And we need
all type of freaking stories.
What was that?
Okay, we need all type of freaking stories, all type of different writers. Right. Like not every story has to be written like it's a freaking drama or a novel or something, but some are. Like I wouldn't go tell like Frank Miller to go write it more like a regular comic. No, I love fucking Dark Knight. Fuck you. Don't tell him
exactly. And that's the thing. It's like even if my shit's dramatic, I hope it's still jolly.
Dude, it's like Alan Moore. I think he's boring most of the goddamn time, but there's some of his shit that are good. Yeah.
But
most of it becomes too much like a fucking novel and a ripoff.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of rip off of old shit from him.
Yeah, and I also
Not
have
rip
to.
off, rehashed. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I mean, something
Highly
like
inspiring and influenced that it's almost the same story.
such as example. Not to put you on the spot or anything, but I'm just curious. He's somebody that always struck me that like maybe he would be like more content to be writing prose fiction. And I've seen his scripts, right? And his scripts are like phone books. So he's like he's dictating down to the smallest detail everything that you see, which is an indication. Okay, he's a craftsman, but also maybe a little bit of a control freak, right? And I mean, I don't know what he'd be like to work with, but you know, you'd be lucky to have that problem to find out what it's like to.
Let's just say this:
with Alan Moore, because shit is visionary.
Yeah, some of his shit is pretty goddamn good. Like I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that it had some of his shit has a feeling of like, oh, it's just that made like this.
Yeah, sure.
If that makes sense, that's what I'm trying to say. Like Watchmen, like it's technically a mix of like Lovecraftian and or Orwellian classic story with superheroes.
Right.
It's the same type of climax at the end and everything. But it's great how it's told. But my main problem with Alan Moore is usually as shit as I want to read and experience. Like a bit like novels. That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't. The magic of comics. There's two things. There's readability has to be key. You have to be able to go. Either you want to reread it or you want to go flip through the art again.
Right. Yeah. And and
it's
not disposable. It's not disposable. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that it's not good. There's some really like it's the same thing with movies.
Yeah.
There's some movies that end not well. Or certain things that you don't want them to be different. They have to be like that.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're their own hits.
Well, yeah, it's like like we were talking about David Cronenberg and David Lynch before. And what I was saying is like I want to see David Cronenberg doing David Cronenberg because only David Cronenberg can do David Cronenberg, and the same thing with David Lynch. And it's cool for them to expand, maybe try some shit that's different for sure. But you always want it to kind of have their imprint on it because their imprint is something special and different, unique, really, like to that specific artist. Even somebody like Jean Rollin, for instance, who's a horror director.
Every revolution in art or anything craft starts by somebody going, "You can't do that like that. You have to do it like this," and it goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Absolutely.
How many? Nothing pops out of fucking panels. Kirby went, "Hold my drink." That's all I'm going to be doing.
Yeah. But I was going to say something like France isn't known for being into horror and hasn't produced that many horror directors. The one who really stands out is Jean Rollin, and a lot of his movies are kind of amateurish. You can tell that they were made on really low budgets. A lot of the actors aren't actors; they're his friends, and yet. Like from the first frame of the movie, it's just like it's a Jean Rollin movie. It's like nobody else makes movies like this, and those are the people that you really look for in any art form, and that you aspire to be. For me, it's just like I just try to be the best storyteller that I can be, and put my shit out there and just hope that it's good. And that I'm not embarrassing myself.
There you go. Here's another spoiler for you since we're still live.
All right. Yeah, I gotta log off because I got some other shit I gotta talk to you about.
Is Flava.
Flava?
Her name is Flava. You've seen her in Tales from that verse 1, remember? When he's like,
"Oh yeah."
Have you ever been with somebody like me? She's recurring. She's like that's when they meet for the first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
she's the star of Boomerama.
Oh hell yeah! Oh okay. I see what you're doing here. All right.
Yeah. So
yeah.
She's running away from the tentacle monster, and here's a little wink to DEF CON that I like to do. You have Duck, you have Grandizer, Little Wink here, and Yogar Stell features, you know.
Oh, that's
But
great.
then you have that little penny shot.
Yeah. Taint. You know I'm a taint man,
Mhm.
Sim. You know I'm all about the taint. All right, folks. Hey, we got to log off. We got to sign off. But thank you so much for hanging out. Much love to you, everybody. And I'm not sure what we're going to watch next week. We were talking about maybe watching a werewolf movie. Either
No. We had decided.
We had
It's
decided.
Wolves.
Okay.
I watched it already. Pretty goddamn good.
Right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So next week's movie is Wolves, people, and we will see you then.
And maybe pay attention to maybe a post soon saying if we're going to be watching it on my Discord, because Brian's been saying it, but he keeps forgetting about it. He keeps telling me, "Hey, we need to do this," and I'm like, "Yeah," but you know, okay, let's set it up.
I'm blaming the ADD. That's.
I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe Saturday night. I don't know. Like we could meet on the
That sounds
Discord
cool.
and watch it.
Yeah. So then you'll be able to, folks. You'll
Depends
be able to
if
like.
Matt's available.
Yeah. And but we'll see. But we'll discuss it in the DM group,
Mm-hmm.
and that way that'll be great because then people can hang out with us and actually watch the movie, and then we can get together and bullshit about it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, people, thank you so much for tuning in. You are appreciated, and well, peace and love, like Ringo says.